Won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
Gotcha. Do your hand like this. Yeah, gotcha. Cause I'm black, nigga the black, the nigga black, nigga the black, the nigga out black, nigga the black, the nigga black, the nigga black, the nigga I'm black and I'm brown, I'm black and I'm brown, I'm black and I'm brown, I'm black and I'm brown. You got to say, they want the black. Cause I'm black, nigga the black, the black. I can never be white, the white. Shake, if the leg, wiggle, lift the leg, bounce, lift the leg, hustle, lift the leg, if the leg is around, let me see you put your hands up. Let me see you put your, if the leg is around, let me see you put your hands up. Put your hands up, black. Make that booty go round and round. I'm Louis Vuitton Brown. Make that booty go round and round, man, cause I'm Louis Vuitton Brown.
Hey y'all, happy Monday. How y'all doing? Come on in. Happy Monday. Let me scoot up in the chair. Let me get myself all together. We got a few things to discuss, honey. A lot has been going on over the weekend. Shout out to everybody in the building. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. We are currently striving to get to 50,000 subscribers. I mean, why not? The girl is lit. We are here Monday through Friday on the morning Joce. And my objective, is just to Joce you through your day. Get you a little, pass you a little time. We can laugh, joke, kiki, do some educational things and things of that nature. So here we are. I got to get better on time because 12 o'clock is really late for me. It really is not, but it should be because it's called the morning Joe. So I got to get better on time. Please bear with me. But either way, we are here. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and shout out to everybody in the building. Listen, it was so much happening over the weekend. It was crazy. Bree, thank you for the super chat. Says, good morning, boo. Acorn family reunion went awesome. They were amazed. Yo, I'm glad of that. And I'm so happy that, listen, see, I want to do a presentation for my family too. And for y'all who don't know, Bree had a family reunion, and this is why I promote genealogy to everybody. But Bree had a family reunion, and her being the historian of the family, she was able to go to that family reunion with more information than any had before and give presentation on what she found through genealogy. You too can do this. It's not anything that you can't do. But she had a family reunion, went down there, and according to her, it went awesome. They were amazed, and I'm so happy for that. Shout out to your family. Shout out to the family. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm glad y'all need to. Hey, and this is another thing too, because I got to get this with my family. We ain't had a family reunion in years. We got to get back to it. We got to get back to family reunions. We have to get back to family reunions. We have to. So yeah, shout out to everybody. Y'all get them genealogies done. If y'all want to be reparations, which we'll discuss here in a minute, you will have to have a genealogy. You won't be able to just say, because I'm a Black American. You're going to have to be able to go and say, this is the ancestor who was offended, or this is the ancestor who was oppressed. You're going to have to be able to do that. So that genealogy is going to come in handy more often than not. As a matter of fact, at some point in time in the future, you're probably going to be really bad off if you don't know your genealogy. As a matter of fact, you're going to be extremely bad off if you don't know your genealogy, okay? We can sit on the phone and we could Google every day for hours and hours and hours and days and days and days. Take 10 minutes out every day and hit the Google on your people, fat. It ain't gonna hurt you. Watch how your eyes open, you feel me? But anyway, speaking of reparation, so apparently the African Union wants to create or wants to add Black Americans as the sixth member or whatever the case may be, and then go after reparations again. Remember, I told you guys how it's all a big joke and everybody's in on it except you. Now we're moving to the Africans, okay? Which we already were moving to them. But as you can see, just like the clear people, they are all trying to take advantage of what our ancestors fought for. So we're going to discuss that. And speaking of Africans, there's also call for boycott to boycott the African Braiders. We going to get into it. Some people feel like, yo, why the African Braiders? Like, y'all are just as bad as the colonizer. And that's a bunch of reverse psychology that we going to discuss, okay? So shout out to everybody in the building. We also need to get into the update on the CEO. I told y'all he had to end up resigning because I told y'all it wasn't about him cheating. It was about him getting caught in 4K. We're going to discuss that. Barack Obama want all our little Black boys to have gay mentors. We're going to talk about that. DC Youngfly versus Rick Ross. Shannon Sharpe lawsuit or SA lawsuit dismissed with prejudice. Trump giving the Redskins back their sign and why that means, or their mascot, and what that means to FBA. Yeah, we're going to get into it. And then we also got, I think that's it. Oh, yeah, we'll briefly mention Chris. As a matter of fact, let's get her over with. We'll get into Claressa Shields versus Layla Ali. Let's start here first because it ain't even worth doing all that covering and acting a fool behind. So let's get into it. So Claressa Shields had been going back and forth calling out Layla Ali for a while, which all greats, well, I ain't gonna say all greats, but a lot of greats do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. It kind of is like, you know, you grow up loving somebody, thinking that they're the greatest. And then when you finally get your craft, you want to be better than the greatest. So what do? You try to go against the greatest. This is why Kobe went against LeBron, girl. This is why Kobe went against Jordan. You feel me? This is why Serena went against Venus and so on and so forth. This is kind of the nature of the beast. But in today's sports and entertainment, you got to know that there's a complete difference here. Where is that damn? Here we go. We can go to this one. You got to know that there's completely difference here. Now, a lot of you may say, well, what do you mean by that? What's the difference in sports now or sports then and now sports and entertainment? Well, now sports focus more heavily on entertainment than anything. For instance, if you want to see real sports, you have to go to a school, okay? Not necessarily the big colleges, but you go to the high schools, maybe some type of grassroots sports. That's where you see sports. Anywhere else that comes on the television, that is where you will see entertainment. See, at a while, Hollywood decided that they wanted to combine with the sports world, and hence the word sports and entertainment. That's why when you hear it, they never just say sports, they say sports and entertainment, because what they're trying to do is Hollywood the sports thing up more than anything. Make it more writable than anything. Like your goats that are made in the factories, LeBron. I'm just saying. And you know what's crazy? I already know it now. Y'all gonna get on here. Oh, not LeBron. Not LeBron. Yes, LeBron was made in a factory like Cardi B, like Drake, like Nicki, like the rest of them. Made in a factory. And I know to the bronzesexuals, this is probably your response. I get it. But this is all a part of the Great Awakening, okay? This is all a part of the Great Awakening. It's going to be hard. Listen. some of the truth gonna be hard. And y'all gonna be like, man, I'm about to pop this up upside the head. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, it's got to be said. I got to say what I got to say. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just here to pass the message. Please don't get the dragging me and popping me upside my head. I'm just here for the messages and all of that. But anyway, sports decided to go ahead and combine with entertainment, and it became more entertainment than sports. Yes, all you people outside in the bike who running around here with your favorite team. I was one too, huge Saints fan. Don't get me started. All to find out, do you guys remember where you were when you found out wrestling was fake? I remember where I was. It didn't really matter because I didn't watch it anyway. By the time I started watching it, it was when The Rock had popped up on the scene. But I remember where I was, and it was kind of hi, nanny, boo boo. Well, here's the rude awakening. All of it's fake. Even boxing, speaking of. And let me show you how. So, did y'all see the Jake Paul Tyson fight? If y'all did not see that was fake, I don't know what else to tell you. But now they're trying to flip it on the female side. And Claressa Shields has finally signed a deal. I think it's like $15 million or something of the sort. And her and Layla Ali are going to fight. Now, this is the game. This is the game. What we know about sports and what we know about the human body and being in training and in season and things of that nature is somebody like a Layla Ali who haven't fought in possibly years. Even if she's been training, she's probably not going to be any good against somebody who's young, vibrant, like a Layla Ali. I mean, like a Claressa Shields. But that's not what any of this is about. You are now front seat at the Jake Paul Tyson fight, okay? With wigs, okay? What they are going to do is put on this big old show. Some major platform is going to pick it up. It's going to be sent out. Now, mind you, this is to get more eyes on female boxing, which is a good thing, but it kind of dilutes the water of what's real sports. This is why you think those teams that you go out to root for, that you do all your voodoo and you're praying for, and you're doing all of this, Lord, please let them make the field goal, Lord, please. This is why you think this really work. This is why you think because I know I used to be there. I'm not judging because I used to be there. This is why you used to be at the 2 seconds down on the clock. It's only 2 seconds on the clock. They 1 point down. We just need to put the ball in LeBron's hands, or we just need to put the ball in Jordan. I was there. It was me over here praying hard. Lord, please just let LeBron. Lord Jesus, if Steph make this shot, Lord, I swear to God, I won't ask for nothing for the next 10 years. And you think it really works. It doesn't. Newsflash, it doesn't. And if you ever want to know if something's real or fake, follow the money. Isn't sports done with betting now? Isn't it all together? Neither here nor there. So Claressa Shields gonna fight Layla Ali, and they want us to believe that this is gonna be a real fight. Now, even though Claressa Shields is not the most liked, we got to be honest. If this were a real fight, Layla Ali wouldn't stand a chance, like literally at all. But neither here nor there. It's not real, but they're going to promote it like it's real because they want to bring eyes to female boxing. I don't know if you guys are well aware of this. It's more than female basketball. They're trying to bring eyes and awareness to as far as the media. See, what happens is the media is trying to grift to another pocket of money, and they've done it through men's sports. Men's basketball is trash. If I have to say myself, it's nothing but a bunch of light-skinned Negroes made in a factory, some Africans, tall, clear Europeans, and a few niggas. You see what I'm saying? Nobody dunk, nobody play in the post, nobody do no defense. Everybody Steph Curry. I don't care if you 7'8", 7 feet 8 inches tall, or if you Muggsy Bogues size and you 5'2". Everybody is Steph Curry. Don't nobody care about basketball no more. So now they got to move and grift it over to something else, okay? So now the women's sports is the next big thing, because remember, feminism and all this stuff is supposed to be taking place to move us all into even deeper hells. And then they got to do all of this. So yeah, now Claressa is going to fight Layla. Mind you, remember I told y'all, Muhammad Ali's first wife said she'll walk Claressa down personally to whoop Layla's ass. Now, I don't know what that got to do. I don't know if back in the day, Muhammad Ali, you know what I'm saying, brought the churn over there to meet her and she pinched the little girl or something. I don't know. All I know is it's gonna be a time. Hush, Saint. I'm gonna have to put him up if it keep thundering, because that's why he's barking, y'all. Sorry. But yeah, it's all fake. But just so y'all know, the fight is on. And yeah, good luck. Yeah. This is gonna be trash. It's going to be really trash, but woohoo. I just wish that they really fought, that like sports was real again. The only sport they having a lot of trouble with taking us smooth up out of, because see, basketball, the NBA done turned into they clone Tyrone. It did. No cap. The NBA has turned into they clone Tyrone. Remember them, dog? Let me go see if I can pull them up. Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. See, y'all know what I'm talking about. This what all the niggas in the NBA look like. And if you think I'm lying, I'm about to show you. Hold on, let me see. Y'all get the likes up on the video. I want to show y'all something. Ooh, Lord. Girl, that Popeyes thing will never not be old to me. I swear to God. That Popeyes bit where y'all standing outside for them damn chicken sandwiches, that will never not get old with me. So y'all remember them little afro-headed? Let me show you. They was like little afro-headed. They were in the underground system. They were in the little underground system, and they were the scientists who were cooking up all the stuff to basically mess over the people in the neighborhood. But they were made in a lab. The black dude, who's actually at the very end of the movie, if y'all recall, the black dude, he's the one, the scientist who was making them. And if y'all recall, he said, well, it was better that we assimilate than to try to go against them and fight them. So he basically was making a bunch of biracial people in a lab to make us all one race. Because his theory was, it doesn't make sense to keep fighting these clear people. We may as well just all turn into one big race, one big vanilla, one big vanilla wafer. Does that make sense? I couldn't find a photo, but he wanted us to all turn into one big vanilla wafer. That's what the NBA looked like. And everybody is Steph Curry. Ain't nobody checking for sports right now. I mean, football is still there. They trying to infiltrate football, but it's hard to find some fast, extremely athletic niggas. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the difference. This is the difference between us and the Africans. And I'm noticing they keep going over there getting them Nigerians to come over there. They're going to get them Nigerians from Lil Bitty. And they bringing them up from little bitty boys, feeding them good rice and porridge to get them over here and play linebacker and things of that nature. But they're trying to get football, but it's hard because it's hard to find some melanated people who not only is agile, but is fast and as accurate as them Negroes is in football. But just wait, they're going to try to make some more of them in the lab. Okay? Best believe it. You best to believe it, okay? Y'all get the likes up on the video, please and thank you, please and thank you. I want to move to hold on 1 second. Yeah, we talked about that. Let me get her out the way. While we're on sports, let's get into Trump and this Redskins thing. Now I hear a lot because I listen to the playback of I always listen to the playback of Tariq Nasheed's lives when he do on Twitter, because I like to see the people and hear the people coming up, and he be having some good topics. And I always hear Tariq Nasheed call the quote unquote Native Americans, or as I call them, the $5 footlongs, he always called them the red natives. Now, this is very dangerous, and let me tell you why. Because the red native had never been the $5 footlong. The Mongolian had never in the past in history, or until recent history, had been called a red native. Actually, the red native were you and I. And the reason we know this is because even to this day in 2025, the proof is in the pudding. Even to this day in 2025, we still refer to each other as red. Red Fox, Detroit Red. Some of our friends are red. My sister was red. So we call our friends. Some people got red in their nickname. Red is just who and what we are. Now, this is what's peculiar about FBA, aka Black Americans, or as I know us to be, the indigenous copper-colored people of this land region. What I know about us to be different from any other person or any other group of people on the face of this earth, you see what I'm saying, is that we come in all different shades and sizes, and we don't have to mix to do it. Yes, somebody in the chat put sexy red. Yes, red bone, red man. Yes, all of these are us. The red native had never been the $5 footlong. I need you to understand that. And I'm going to show the crayon color again to you one more time after we get into this, but I need you to understand why this is important. Okay? Now, pause. They have told us, or that we have recently been hearing people refer to the $5 Mongolian as the red native. They are not the red native. You and I are the red native, okay? When teams like the Washington Commanders is what they are now, or the Washington Redskins, or these the Indians and all these other teams first came about, a lot of people don't know that they were mascotted after the people and the things in the region. So where there were buffaloes, there were buffaloes. What is it? Colorado, there was a crap ton of buffaloes. Where there were Washington, there were a crap ton of, guess what, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Copper color red Indians, okay? This is why the team mascot were called the Redskins. As a matter of fact, a lot of these quote unquote Redskin people or copper color indigenous people played on the teams, okay? A really good video, if you guys would like to reference to look at that, that did a really good job. Shout out to Dane Calloway. He and his wife does excellent research on this, and they have actual proof. It's on Dane Calloway's channel here on YouTube, and they kind of go into depth about who the Washington Redskins and why the name is what it was. Yes, Kansas City Chiefs, all of that. So when you look at where these people are, think about your favorite teams. Think about your favorite teams. Let's look at Dallas Cowboys, right? Get me up here because I want it to make sense. I need you guys to make it make sense, and I want it to make sense. Think about your favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody know that Texas has always been notoriously known for having what? Cowboys, okay? So that's why you had the Dallas Cowboys. This is why, and it's so on and so forth as you go forward. It's just a matter of piecing it together. I told you, everything ain't chess. Everything ain't chess. I know a lot of people, the old saying is it's chess, not checkers. Sometimes it's tic-tac-toe. They put it right in front of your face. You just got to be able to open your eyes, okay? Okay. So when, fast forward, I want to say maybe 10 years ago, don't get me to lying. You feel what I'm saying? But I want to say a while back, not too long ago, Washington decided that they didn't want to no longer be known by the Redskins. Now, according to Washington, they say, allegedly, they say that the $5 footlong, who we know to be quote unquote the Native American, or as now we have we're starting to rehear people use the term red native. These are the people who are saying that having mascots like the Redskins, the Chiefs, and all these things are offensive. Now, this is where this is a problem. I need you guys to put your thinking caps on. Remember, I told you in Mexico, I said, remember I said the Mexicans that you see roaming America today are not the real Mexicans. Remember I told you that if you go down to any like hole or pocket of Mexico, you'll find large indigenous copper colored groups that look like me and you. They just speak Spanish because obviously they were taken over by Spain. But remember I told you that those people, the conquerors or conquistadors who came in and took over those Mexicans, remember I told you they also took on their identity and had been roaming the earth telling everybody that they are the original people? Okay, same thing. The $5 Mexican is the same thing happening with the $5 footlong. The Native American is saying that they are representing or they are the people of the quote unquote Redskins or the indigenous people of the land. But this is where this is a problem. That's a lie. The $5 footlong are $5 Native Americans, or the Native American as y'all call them, or as the society called them, are Native Americans who allegedly crossed the Bering Strait from Asia, okay? Who came and was able to settle in America, create a party who's really led by clear people. Really? Right? Who's really led by clear people, right? And these Native Americans have taken on the identity of the original people who are the true Redskins. Now, if you look at that logo of that Redskin, and I'm so glad that that's the logo that was used. If you look at that Redskin logo looked like he's my daddy color. Because that was the original Redskin logo, okay? And when I say the Redskin one, I'm talking about the one at the very top, right next to the W. That was the original Washington Redskin logo, because originally the Redskin was us. Does that make sense? Okay? Now, over years, they lightened it to where it looks more like a $5 foot long, but it has to line up with that because remember, they are the ones taking on the identity of the indigenous people. But the original Redskin, the original Red Native are Black American people. Now hold that thought, because now we're going to get into what Trump is doing, okay? Now Trump got a lot of crap going on with this Epstein that he think we crazy about. Trump got stuff that is favorable and unfavorable as well. But I need Black Americans and FBA to understand why this is favorable to us. Some of y'all might feel like, oh, it's just a team. It's not that big of a deal. You have been being erased for so long, you don't even realize when you're helping your own erasure. And him bringing this back is going to help us all. Let's get into it. So now Trump came out recently and said that basically he demands that sports teams immediately make their names quote unquote racist again. Now this title was clickbait because remember the $5 footlongs was saying that it was racist to have these logos. Tells Washington whatever to switch back to Redskins from Commanders and Cleveland Guardians back to Indians. Now, let's get into a little bit of Trump. Hold on one second. It says the Washington whatevers should immediately change their name back to the Washington Redskins football team. There is a big clamoring for this. Likewise, the Cleveland Indians, one of the 6 original baseball teams. Listen, this is big. One of the 6 original baseball teams. Do you guys know the original baseball teams were Black Americans, right? The original, before they divided it off and made us a Negro League, the original baseball teams were Black Americans. So listen, it's coded, but it ain't coded if you know your history. If you know your history, it ain't coded. It's only coded to the ignorant, okay? Listen, he says, there is a big clamoring for this. Likewise, the Cleveland Indians, one of the 6 original baseball teams, was with a storied past. Our great Indian people in massive numbers want this to happen. Their heritage and prestige is systematically being taken away from them. Times are different now. Than they were 3 or 4 years ago. We are a country of passion and common sense. Owners get it done. Now pause. This is coded message if you don't know what he's talking about. But if you understand history, he's speaking directly to people, the Black Americans who understand that we are indigenous to this population, okay? Let's get into it. What he's doing right here is, and like I said, some people might feel like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. It's just a doggone a name. No, your history has been gradually been taken away from you over hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. So much so that the idea of you being an Indian or indigenous to this land to most of our people is asinine. Don't get me wrong. A lot of us are waking up, and I'm so appreciative of that. But the idea, just the idea, the thought that instead of us being slaves coming off a boat from Africa who were nothing, who were treated like trash, instead of us being that, the idea that we were indigenous and did major, amazing things here is like foreign to a lot of Black Americans. That is due to people erasing your history, Black Americans. That's why you're here calling yourself Black. That's why we celebrate calling ourselves a term that erases us. Guilty called Black. Now, what Trump is saying is, even though the mass collective of us don't understand this history and don't even want to really go into it, most of us like living in the idea of being a slave, not me. Me, nor my child, nor my daddy's side of the family. We didn't come from no slaves, so I can't relate. Shout out to the ones who did, but I'm just telling you, after doing my genealogy, we wasn't no slaves. So I don't know about that. And that's not a flex, I'm just saying. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't understand the little small things that are happening and you take them for granted and you look over them like it's nothing, like, oh, we don't care, then you don't understand the big things that they take from you right from under your nose. Your identity, Black American, that's why we calling ourselves Black. No other group of people call themselves a name that is a color. We the only group of people who do that. Only us. That's because we are lost, hypnotized, under a spell even. We have no identity. We still to this day fighting over our identity. And for me knowing the history, or at least knowing my history, let me speak on my history. Me knowing my history, that tells me that this speaks directly to me. And I know, knowing history of Black Americans, that it speaks directly to a lot of you guys, but a lot of y'all don't understand it, okay? Somebody says, did your family own slaves? No, ma'am. My family did not own slaves. Contrary to people's unpopular belief, all Black people who weren't slaves didn't own slaves. Almost, and I'm glad you said that. You know what it's kind of like? It's the same thing now. You have poor Black people, you have middle-class Black people, and you have rich Black people. Rich Black people may have employed under them a lot of poor Black people who they are paying pennies to the dollar to do work that they should probably be getting paid more for, right? But because I'm in the middle of those guys, does that mean that because I'm not a slave or I'm not rich that I got to own slaves? This is what we got to understand about history. And that's not to the young lady who asked. That's just to anybody, period. What was then is so now. Everything you did is already been done. There's nothing new under the sun. The way it was now is the way it was then. I know it sounds crazy to believe because Roots got y'all believing we've been falling off this boat and everybody was in the South with slaves. That's just not the truth. Okay? But this Washington Redskins thing is big because not only with this Washington Redskins situation, a lot of our true history has been taken out of our museums. This is another one. The African American Museum is an op. The African American Museum, especially that one up in DC, although a great museum, is an op. Full of crap and full of lies, half-truths. And if you half-truths, I'll just leave it there. But a lot of our history has been lied, okay? Trump did an announcement. Hold on one second. He said something to the effect, and I'm hoping they bring back the dark skin one too. And that's another thing too, because it's almost like telling a person who's a religious person Like older people, when you tell them Jesus is black, they're like, well, it doesn't matter about color. Well, if it don't matter, paint them directly or paint them the right way. I hope they bring back the darker skin, red skin, because the more you start to look at that, maybe subconsciously something might wake up in your brains. Maybe. Who knows? But hopefully they bring back the darker skin one, because later on in the future is when they became lighter skin. And we're going to get into that in just a second. But I want to go into what Trump had to say. Hold on one second. I'm telling you, it makes no sense now. I promise you, none of this makes sense now to a lot of people. But boy, it may not make sense in your lifetime. But when it does, I promise you, you're going to be like, wow. All right, let's get into what Trump had to say about this.
Controversial statement. I wouldn't have changed the name, but that's there. It just doesn't have the same. It doesn't have the same ring to me. But you know, winning can make everything sound good. So if they win, all of a sudden the commander sounds good. But I wouldn't have changed the name. You want me to make a controversial statement? I wouldn't have changed the name. But
so that's Trump. Trump saying he wouldn't have changed the name. Listen, like I say. Some people think it's just as small as a football team. Who cares? If my Black Americans in Florida knew that they were the actual Seminoles, boy, could you imagine the upside down Florida would be in? Just think about that. Imagine if my people in Florida, my Black American people in Florida knew that those Seminoles and those Appalachia and all of those names, if they thought that could possibly be their heritage and they folks, could you imagine how upside down Florida would be? Could you imagine if all of the Black Americans, all the niggas in Gary, Indiana, understood that they call it Indiana because it was Indian territory, Black? Could you imagine if they knew that they were the people that these folks talk about what could happen, how things could shift, how our mindsets in society could shift? Could you imagine if the Black masking Indians or even the Black people in New Orleans knew that they are the Indians? Because by and large, they don't know. Could you imagine? Could you imagine in Dallas if them Black men walking around there with them cowboy boots and them cowboy hats? Could you imagine how it would feel if the large collective of them knew that they were the actual real cowboy and the white boy spitting out that bullshit in the clear cup is really the imposter? Could you imagine the shift of mindset that would do to the state of Texas? You get it? Is it starting to make sense? Is it starting to make sense? This is why small things like, oh, let's just take the Redskins away and the Negroes, keep them distracted because they don't need to know. And then we're going to bring it back, but they don't care. We don't need this. And so many other things we could be doing right now. Of course, no matter what he do, is so many other things we could be doing right now. But when it's in your benefit, just accept it because it benefits you, even when you don't realize it. Even when sometimes we're too ignorant to realize what is in our benefit, accept it, baby. That's all. And I'll say this, and I ain't no Democrat and I ain't no Republican. I think they two wings on the same bird. I think the game is rigged, and I think that that we all getting played. But I will say this. When it comes down to it, the Democrats are the worst thing that ever happened to Black Americans. If it weren't for the Democrats, Mike and them wouldn't have took us into this economic down spiral that got us to become economic slaves to this system as we in today. The Democrats are the worst thing that ever happened to Black Americans, Black church and everything else. They got our women going crazy, our old women thinking that Jesus and these niggas in the church is really, I'm just saying the Democrats are the worst thing ever happened to us. But it's all rigged. I'm just saying. Because don't think you're running over to the right and you getting a better whim. No, it's bad over there too. The whole game is rigged. The whole game is rigged. But just take a win when you get one. I ain't got one from the Democrats. I ain't seen one from the Democrats since how long? They still out here fighting for the immigrants. Man, them Democrats, man, they better get from around here, bro. Speaking of, let's go to the Democrats. Since we on there, let's go to the Democrats. Let's get your boy. Let's get King Numbnut, King I fooled you niggas again, Barack, I fooled you niggas again, Obama. Let's get him on here. Since we want to talk about the Democrats and the right and the left, and I hate political talk, but we gonna get on it. Let's talk about Barack Obama, which was one of the worst things politically to ever happen to Black Americans. Oh, yes, that smooth talking, acting ass Negro done came out here and shuffled his way into our lives and played in our face. And guess what? We are still suffering the consequences of it till this day. Barack Obama ain't worth 2 nickels rubbed together on concrete. My boy Barry B came in here and played in our face and continues to play in our face. And we continue to let the internet tell us he not playing in our face, even though we looking right at him playing our face. And I'm not about to let y'all let me play. I'm not about to let y'all play in my face because y'all letting the internet play in y'all face. Not about to do it. Let me get him on here. So Barack Obama had a podcast with his wife. Now, first and foremost, you are the prior president and first lady. Why is you Negroes on a podcast? We're not supposed to know you like that. We're not supposed to know you like that. You are the former first lady and the former president of the United States of these Americas. Nigga, I don't need to hear you on my radio every morning. That don't go like that. You're supposed to disappear till the next president die. Bye. You and Mike. You and Mike. Both of y'all can get from off of here. I didn't know. Who asked them to get a podcast? I don't want to hear y'all. There's nothing I want to hear from y'all. It's bad enough every Black household, especially every successful Black woman. Every successful Black woman got that book with Michelle on the front like this. I hate it. Every beautiful Black woman house I done gone to. I'm talking about the kind who got art on the wall. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Not just the average Black woman. I'm talking about the Black woman who got the nice house. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they be on the lake, and when you come in, they got fountains and stuff, and they got brick mailbox. They got the brick mailbox that was built with the house. See, you know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And when you go in, they got like plants and flowers. They got gardens. She got a gardener. And when you go in, it's like antiques from where she used to travel and all of that. And then you get to the part, to the little area, you know, her little area. Yeah, sculptures and vases. Yeah. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But they don't have the vases you get off of Wayfair. This vase, they ordered this when they went visit France. You know what I'm talking about. Them women. Yeah. The house smell good. Them. Every single one of them got the book with Michelle in there like this. I'm so tired of going to y'all house, envying, wishing it was mine. But as soon as I turn the corner, and then they always have it sitting up so we can see. Why? We don't need to see Mike. They always have it sitting out the case so we can see. And look at Michelle. I hate that. I hate it. I hate everything about it. I hate it. I hate that everybody have the book. The point of it all is we already got the book. We don't need to see Mike on the doggone tube. We don't need to see her on the doggone podcast. Don't nobody want to hear what she got to say. We done heard it. Okay? Like, I'm tired of this. I'm so tired of, I'm tired. I think, you know what? Let me stop. Because I was about to say the governments need to start regulating. They might pull me up off of here. You feel what I'm saying? Let me stop. But yeah, let me go to Barack Obama and these churns. So Barack Obama did a podcast with his husband. Barry did a podcast with Mike. No, Barack did a podcast with Michelle. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah, Barack did a podcast with Michelle, and he was talking about kids and gay boys or little boys. Now, mind you, I told you, if you want to attack a nation, you attack the children. Remember, I told y'all that. I told y'all, if you want to attack a nation, you have to attack its children. Okay. Now, for some odd reason, we have been under attack as Black people in America since the beginning of time, since them clear people come up off them boats and made us believe that we came off of one. Okay. So now here come Barack with his wide-eared ass on here talking about how Black American boys, young youths, should have gay male, what did he call them? Gay male mentors, because he had one who was really good. Now, disclaimer, this has nothing to do with a mentor being gay. This has nothing to do with a man being gay. This has nothing to do with gay men at all. As a matter of fact, the fact that Barack Obama brought up the man's sexuality should be alarming and should raise eyebrows to us all. Because he could have told us that whole story and not told us that said mentor was gay. And the story would have went off the same way. But again, when there's an agenda, you got to put stuff like that in there, okay? So now he's on there talking to Mike. Him and Mike is talking about how they used to, do all type of stuff at the bathhouses and things of that nature, allegedly back in the day. And then he starts talking about how when he was a kid, he had a gay mentor and how all Black boys in America, of course, it's our boys, they need gay mentors. Let's get into it.
That's one of the things that I think a lot of times boys need is not just exposure to one guy.
Mm-hmm. One dad.
No matter how good the dad
is. He can't be everything.
He can't be everything. And then that boy may need somebody to give the boy some perspective on the dad.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
One of the most valuable things I learned as a guy.
If he's saying, and his nanny was definitely a transgender, for everybody who know. Candace Owens uncovered that, Barack Obama's, when he was buried, his nanny was a TS who was encouraged to dress as a TS around little Barry as a little boy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, let me give y'all the backstory. Just for the cliff notes, just the hood nigga cliff notes. Barry B, his mammy, after being allegedly impregnated, he might be a test tube baby. He might be AI. I don't know. But after allegedly being impregnated by the African man from Kenya, wherever he was from, the clear mammy went on to marry this rich clear man who they had a nanny who was a TS. Said nanny was encouraged to dress as a TS in front of little Barry all his days, allegedly, according to Candace Owens. And this TS raised little Barry as hard and as good as he could. Do you hear me? So when you hear about the sentiments, especially when we think about Barack Obama coming into office, promising Black people hope and change, only to do everything for the LGBTQ community, you have to understand why he's doing it and possibly where it could come from. Also, let's add this to the LGBTQ community. You are being used. Just like they use the Black Lives Matter community, they're using you too. This is all to get to transhumanism. Once they blur the lines enough for everybody in America, we will all accept transhumanism. We already on the way. Now let's get back into what Barry B got to say.
I had a gay professor in college at a time when openly gay folks still weren't out of line, who became one of my favorite professors and was a great guy and would call me out when I started saying stuff that was ignorant. You need that to show empathy and kindness. And by the way, you need that person in your friend group so that if you then have a boy who's gay or non-binary or what have you, They have somebody that they can go, okay, I'm not alone in this.
Now, this is a problem, and let me tell you why. To say that any young boy, I don't care what color or what creed or what nationality, to say that any group of young boys need a gay mentor, I would question why. And let me tell you why I'm questioning it. Not because the person is gay. Simply because why, when you think of young boys, sexuality come into play? Why when people think of children, sexuality come into play? Why are children and sexuality even in the same sentences? These are things that we need to be questioning, okay? Now, rather the mentor that Barack Obama was talking about is gay or straight, it has nothing to do with the price of tea in China. Maybe, just maybe, that person was just a good person, because just like any other group of people, there are good gay people, there are bad gay people, there are good straight people, there are bad straight people, there are good TSs, there are bad TSs. You get it? There are good and bad people in all types of scenarios and all cultures of people. So why bring up the fact that he's gay? I'll tell you why. It's about an agenda. I told y'all words are very, 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 very powerful. We don't understand the importance of words. We overlook them. We just talked about the Redskins. Y'all don't understand how these small, itty bitty, minute things that you think that are null and void, how all these things play into the bigger picture. If he is to promote that young boys should have gay mentors, right? That is to then push the idea to the masses, and he has a huge following. Although he is a president, people love this nigga. He is the second coming to white Jesus. That nigga got a higher rank in black society than black Jesus. And this is facts. Barack Obama, I'm telling you, it's white Jesus, Barack Obama, Martin Luther King, black Jesus. Debate your mom. That's the top. I put the top 4. White Jesus number 1, Barack number 2, Mike, Martin Luther the King, he number 3, and then they got black Jesus on number 4. So this man has a huge following. So what he's doing, remember I told you about celebrity. Remember I told you, what do we call them? Sheep herders. So now he has to herd his sheep. So him doing something as small as having a random conversation with his significant other, talking about how young boys should have gay mentors, what do you think that's going to do to his huge following? Now that's going to change behavior, because his words have the ability to change behavior to the people who follow him and or the sheep. Now, a lot of people have been known to go against their better judgment, and they don't realize it until they've been hoodwinked, run amok, bamboozled, and even put under a spell. Because I tell people all the time, America is under witchcraft and has been under witchcraft for a long time. That's the only thing that can explain the amount of ignorance I see amongst people, not just my people. The amount of forgetfulness, the amount of emotionalism. There has to be witchcraft at play somewhere. Okay. However, what Barack Obama is doing is extremely dangerous. Now, Black Americans, as far as our parents, they love that nigga. My age group, we were smart enough and young enough for when that nigga ran the first time, we got played the first time. And some of us, we decided to jump off the ship the second time he ran. Now, a lot of us, we still stayed on that second term. We were still just trying to hope, okay, maybe he getting the LGBTQ out the way this term. Now this term, he gonna look out. And a lot of us stuck on the plane with him that second term. Now, most of us, my age group, are waking up. Now, my mama age group, my grandmother and them, that's something they thought they'd never see in 1,000 lifetimes. So they still in love with the food. But my age group, you know, I'm 42. So my age group, and younger, we don't care about that nigga. That nigga, we could pack that nigga up like anybody else. Why you think we pack him up for the election? We packed that nigga up for the election. We don't give a damn. We'll pack that nigga up. It's the old folks in the tethers. Oh my God, this is so bad. We love Barack. No. You love Barack, not me. I could give a damn about that nigga. He ain't no nigga. He ain't no nigga. Everybody with melanin ain't you. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. So I could give a damn. He ain't no nigga. Period, poo. But that's very dangerous, though. We got to stop listening to these celebrities and these influencers and stuff like that. We got to stop doing that and start doing our own thing. Oh, I wanted to show y'all. Let me go ahead on and show y'all this, because I forgot to show this to y'all when I was talking about it on this segment. So remember I told you guys I would talk to y'all. I would show y'all the red skin color. Let me show y'all the red skin color. Hold on. Let me show y'all the red color. Just so y'all can see. Just so y'all can see I'm not making this up. When I say copper color, remember copper was that red. And I don't know if a lot of y'all remember this. That color, if y'all remember these crayons back in the day, I was born in 83. So I'll say back in my day, this was a real color. Like this crayon was in the doggone thing. It's just that I didn't know what it was. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Can y'all see this? Yeah, y'all should be able to see it. So do you see that color red? What is the name of that color? It's called Indian red. If I put my hand up to that camera, I'm going to put my hand to the camera. You tell me, Indian red. When they talk about the red native, I need you to understand this. They're not talking about the $5 foot long. They ain't never been red nothing. When they spoke about the red native, when they spoke about the red Indian, even in Africa, when they heard about the red Indian, they spoke about me and you. They did not speak about the Mongolians that came over here across the Bering Strait. I need you to understand this. Look at this crayon. Look at my hand. That was red. You guys are thinking of red like we know of today. That's not the red that's red. That's another variation of red. Another example of this, how many people are from the South, specifically Georgia, Mississippi? What do we have? Red clay. Is the clay red like the color red, like fire engine red, or is the clay red like the doggone crayon? I told you, everything ain't chess. Some things are chess, not checkers. This shit right here is tic-tac-toe. The clay from the South, I don't know if they'll have it anywhere else, but the clay from the South is called red clay. That clay is not the color of a fire engine. It is the color of this copper you see right here. It is the color of this, like mud. Okay? So that is the red. So when you hear red native, and people use that term to describe the $5 foot long, you need to go ahead and correct them. That is not those people. The red natives were us. We are the red natives. We are the red Indian. You see it? Indian red. Now you go find me a $5 foot long and let me put his skin tone up next to this and see which one matches the most. Okay? Y'all got to get out of that idea of thinking of red like the fire engine. That don't go like that no more. That's how it is now. That wasn't the way it always was. Okay? All right. Because I forgot I was going to show y'all that. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. My bad. All right. Now we got to move on. Ooh, let's get into the CEO. Ooh, remember I told y'all about that CEO dude from, what is it? I say Abercrombie. Girl, is that store still open? Not Abercrombie. What's the name of the CEO, girl? Because they done came out and said a whole bunch. They done made statements, girl, all types of stuff. And they have to. And let me tell you why. All right. So the CEO of, what's the name of it? Let me find it. Because don't get me to lie, y'all. I'm going to go get it. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please. Speaking of, before we get the likes up, what's going on with Travis Hunter, old lady? Y'all seen Travis Hunter, old lady? I meant to put this in the, well, it's an honorable mention. What's going on with Travis Hunter, old lady?
Suffer. The greater the glory, the more intense the story. Because you this all out of a book.
You not about to make me believe that girl go to a black church or even been to a black church. And I know y'all allegedly say her mama black. I seen the picture. Girl, bye. I don't know. But she on here crying. Now, this Travis Hunter wife, I wish I could go back and hug December because, oh, baby, God was about to change your heart in the most important, beautiful way. I don't even recognize this girl anymore. The amount you can grow and develop in just 6 months of devoting your life to Jesus and getting away from the shackles of the world and social media is truly astounding. I wish the peace I found within Jesus on everyone who reads this. Your infinity in him matters and how people choose to perceive you. Now, I thought that nigga got off the internet. He should have took his old lady off too. Now, she on here, I guess, saying that God has delivered her. Girl, that wasn't God. That was Travis, bitch. The check cleared. Bitch, please. God has delivered you in 6 months. Girl, please. Girl, go get off of these people internet with all of this. Girl, we don't want to see you on here crying clear tears. We can't even see them. Get off of here, girl. Please get off of here, lady. You get off of here talking about God done cleared the path for you. God ain't did a damn thing. That was Travis Hunter, bitch. He should have been my son-in-law. You feel me? Shit, God done cleared a path. God ain't cleared no path from you, girl. Stop lying. The check done cleared. Now you on here crying. On here with all that carrying on. Now, people were around here saying that the girl was crying because she's stressed out and gonna leave that boy. I don't think the girl gonna leave the boy. Not right now, at least. Not right now. Where that damn CEO at? Oh, well, since we here, because we said we're going to talk about Shannon Sharpe too. Let's get Shannon Sharpe out the way. So, okay, we're going to get to the CEO. Let's get to Shannon Sharpe. So, Shannon Sharpe, you guys, has settled out of court. The case was dismissed with prejudice. And tell me why. The girl has come out and announced that she is now on OnlyFans. Well, she's now retiring from OnlyFans. Let me say this about Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe, I don't know why he did all of this to settle out of court. The moment this clear girl, this lily white girl came out and said that you forced yourself in her without protection, you were screwed. Now, whatever money they promised you, she just took the bulk of it. And if you are left with any pennies, you'll walk away with that. But your career, brother Shannon, is done. You did all of this for nothing. All of this for nothing. I wouldn't have settled shit because you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Now, it's ironic that this little 19, 20, 21-year-old, 22, however old she is, get to come out and retire from OnlyFans from seeing a sucker and licking it. Yeah, she saw a sucker and licked it. I ain't even mad at the girl. To be completely honest, I ain't mad at none of these little lily white girls who clear these niggas. I ain't mad at them. These niggas got to learn to be smarter than that. So now you done did, this girl done came out here and told these folks that you done forced yourself on her, done put out the audio of her saying, I don't want to be choked, Shannon. Shannon, I don't want to be choked. And look at you. Well, you don't have a choice in the matter, now do you?
Do you know who I am? I'm Joan Coffee. You don't get a choice in the matter.
Once she did that, nigga, the goose was cooked. Once the girl, but this is what you dumbass niggas do. These niggas got more luck than no. This nigga ain't even got enough luck. These niggas is stupid. You done sat up there and did all that with this little lily white girl. Now she done took any and everything you could have possibly thought you was gonna happen. They gonna send you back to Savannah to work in a steel mill. Yes, there is. Whoa, yes, there is. That boy Shannon will be chopping lumber down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That nigga gonna be the black brawny towel man. Do you hear me? That nigga gonna tear the sleeves off of a flannel, put on some tie-dye, cut up jean shorts, and get his big old collard green eating ass out there and milk some cows and tend to some damn fields or some shit. Your ass will be out there plowing fields in 20 minutes, nigga. That's good for you. I know it. You done grew up in Savannah all them years watching them lily white girls play all across the way. You always wanted to go swim in the pool. But you know, they ain't play that type of shit in Georgia. They'll pop your ass upside the head. So you couldn't go swim. You used to sit from the lawn and from across the street and look over and see them heifers swimming in the pool. Oh, mom. And this you just salivating. Can't wait to get your hands on one of them lily whites. You got you the coin, got you a lily white, and now here we are, you duck, goose. Dummy. And you're not going to get another job. You know that, right? You think them niggas, you think them clear white folk going to think of you the same after knowing you done forced your big old hefty snitch stack, big old collard green eating. You know you're big, so they think you're packing a football bat. They think you're packing a baseball bat in your pants. You probably ain't, though. They just don't know that that's a stigma. So you a big old black collard green cornbread fed ass nigga. They think your peen about as big as a doggone light pole. So you think them white folks ain't looking at you sideways knowing you done forced yourself up that lily white girl. You feel what I'm saying? Do you guys see the play? Now this little lily white girl who was on OnlyFans for 60 days done hit a lick, and now she done about to retire. Shannon, you about the dumbest nigga Martin Luther King died for. Yeah, he is. You about the slowest nigga Medgar Evers got popped for. Yes, she is. Oh, your granny is turning over in her grave. Matter of fact, she probably won't get up and pop you upside the back of your head. I can tell. I know your granny told you about messing with them white girls when you was in school. She saw you over there looking at them little white girls. She told you leave them white girls alone. You didn't want to listen. You got that little coin on you. Now look at you. I know granny gonna catch you in one of them dreams and whoop your ass. I hope it feel like old time safe, and I hope it feel real. Oh yes, I hope you go down to bed after a long night of working out and jacking off. I hope it's a long day of jacking off and working out, and you get good and hefty in the bed, and granny pop up like an old dream from back in Savannah and pop you upside the head with a 2x4. Oh yes, and I hope she do it pop, 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 and I hope it feel real. I hope when you wake up, you hold your head. Look, I hope when that nigga wake up, duck ass nigga. You so stupid. You from Savannah, Georgia. You know way better than this. You know better than this, you duck ass nigga. That's good for your duck ass. Oh yeah. That's good for you. Look what the white girl said. Look what the lily white girl said. Look what she said. Today, I have decided to retire from OnlyFans. Thank you for the incredible support you've shown for me over the past few years. Now, the bitch ain't but 20. Look. This community has given me a life I could have never imagined. Well, you don't say. You don't say, Lily. You don't say. If I knew that I could have signed up for OnlyFans, showed off a little cooch, maybe a boob or two every now and again, and landed on a duck like Shannon Sharpe, Girl, y'all can plaster my titties all over this place. Do you hear me? Of course. You don't say. You don't say OnlyFans offered you a life you never thought. Then she goes on to say, I'll still be active on social media and have several new projects in the works that I can't wait to share. I'm truly excited for this new chapter. I love you all forever and ever. What a journey it's been. Gabriella Zoo Nigga. Let that sink in. Let's not forget the part that her last name is Zoo Nigga. In that order. Zoo Nigga. And Shannon thought he was just going to settle on the side and then go right back to ESPN and get his job back. It'll never happen, bro. You did all of this and your reputation is forever ruined. Nigga, your grandkids' reputation gonna be ruined. Dummy. Could you imagine Shannon going back to ESPN? Hey, is my job still on the table? Remember you told me I can come back, just settle this thing? And they go, yeah, about that.
It's survival. I get somebody lied. Smells like somebody lied.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
Could you imagine trying to get back in and your key don't work? Could you imagine your key fob don't work in the garage? Dummy, stupid ass, dumb ass. Listen, this is my thing. This is my thing with when it comes down to Shannon Sharpe. And even people, I ain't even mad at people having their fetishes and their freak stuff. People just gotta be smart. You gotta be smart. And I get it, race play might be a thing. It ain't for me, but I get it. Race play might be a thing. But you niggas better start getting the old bitch who look young or go, I don't know. I don't even think there's a way around it. And it is what it is. I don't think he'll get his job back, though. I really don't think he'll get his job back. Him and Ocho Cinco gonna be on that podcast by themselves for the next 5 years. Mark my words, okay? Oh, where was I going? I'm sorry. That Shannon stuff pissed me off, though. It really did. Oh, where is it? Ooh, did y'all see this? This is another quickly. Did y'all see? Remember we reported on this with Caleb Wilson. The fraternity is banned from the campus. Now I don't know if this is now forever, but Caleb Wilson is the young black man who attended Southern University. He was hazed to death by the Q Dogs, Omega Psi Phi fraternity. They have now announced that they are expelling the chapter. I don't know if this is indefinite. I don't know if this is permanent. I don't know what this is, but let's get into it.
Phi Fraternity chapter. It comes after disciplinary hearing following the hazing death of Caleb Wilson. The Division of Student Affairs found the chapter responsible for student conduct violations, including hazing. Caleb McRae, Isaiah Smith, and Kyle Thurman are all facing charges in Caleb Wilson's death. Fraternity chapter has been removed from Southern University's campus after hazing allegations that left a student dead. The university says it expelled the Omega Psi Phi fraternity chapter. It comes after disciplinary hearing following the hazing death of Caleb Wilson.
Wow. So this is the problem, though. And it's the same thing I talked about with Cassie and Diddy. The problem is we're trying to put a systematic issue onto one or two people, and that way we'll never solve the problem. See, the hazing death of Caleb Wilson is a systematic issue. I don't care if it's a subsystem issue, meaning it's just a Southern University issue. I don't know if it's an Omega Psi Phi issue. I don't know if it's a southern region of the Omega Psi Phi issue. I don't know if it's a HBCU. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is a systematic issue, meaning there's something or somebody or somebody's at the top okaying for a lot of this stuff to take place. Okay? And it doesn't matter who you arrest. If you don't tear down the system, they'll just replace those folks with new people. This is the same thing I was talking about with Diddy and Cassie. Diddy and Cassie were pawns of the system. The system of freak-offs happens, and these people will be replaced once Diddy and Cassie is removed. It's the same thing here. Now, they done blame 3 people, and that's cool. But who are the people in charge who allowed this type of hazing to happen? Who are the people in charge who know about this hazing and don't say anything? Who are the deans on campus who knew? Professors? Who are the band leaders? All of these folks. Until we want to get to the bottom of the root of the problem, then we just over here playing in all of that. We just over here grasping at straws. We playing. So arresting these 3 young men, while they should be arrested, it should be an investigation launched. But we all know how that goes. You can't investigate yourself. It just is what it is. My heart goes out, like I say, to Caleb Wilson's family. And let me tell y'all this. I'm with y'all. I don't believe we need the Divine Nine organization, but we do. Well, we don't need them. The powers that be need them. See, you got to understand. There's a thing called a talented 10th. The talented 10th are 10% of Black people who believe that they should govern the 90% of the other Black folk. Okay? So in that talented 10th, these folks need to continuously grow and groom people. That's your Divine Nine organizations. Okay? So if you want to know why we have Divine Nine organizations and why they don't just ban them and get them up out of here, because these are the folks, these are your talented 10th. And it's not just in Black folks, it's in white folks too. Okay? So even though the Q dogs at your school ain't worth a dime, there's probably somebody in there that they grooming to go to the top. Yeah, Tisha, keep the new crop coming. Yeah, that's why we continue to have the Divine Nine. Now, if you in it and you ain't never heard nothing about this, don't worry about it, Fat. They don't think you worthy enough. Look, if you was over there, and I'm saying some stuff that you ain't never heard about, they don't like you like that. You not one of them. Don't worry about it, though. Don't worry about it, though. Don't worry about it, though. Don't worry about it, girl. Don't worry about it. You don't need to be one of them anyway. Long as you in the group, okay? Oh, let's move on. Let's move on. I said what I said. Okay, I said what I said. Okay, but yeah, rest in peace to Caleb Wilson, though, for real. Unfortunately, this young brother lost his life, and also too, it ain't just doggone It ain't just about beating too. Hazing can also happen with alcohol and things of that nature, okay? All right, here we go. Let's get to the CEO dude.
Yeah. Oh,
now, remember I told y'all about that. What is it, Abercrombie? What's the dude? Where he work for? Astronomer. Why I kept saying Abercrombie? I don't know. Anyway, remember we talked about the astronomer CEO. Is that his name? Andy Byron. Remember he got caught on this viral moment here. Apparently, Byron is a married CEO of this company called Astronomer. And in said company, he is the CEO, and this woman here is a CPO. Now, they're dating. Now, in any Fortune 500, any white-collar type of environment, you're typically not supposed to date your peers or your subordinates because it makes for unprofessional relationships, okay? So in a sense, it would be a bad thing, but something because they so high up, they could kind of get away with. But the problem is, they married to different people, allegedly. Well, definitely the man is married to different people. So being caught at this show at a Coldplay concert like this, literally potentially could ruin both marriages. But that's for the us regular folk who just here for the gossip and the tea. The problem with this situation is not that he's cheating. It's not even the fact that he got caught. Hell, it's not even the fact that he got caught on camera at a Coldplay concert. Do you want to know why? What the biggest issue with this problem is for this man is? It went viral. And these companies are all about looks. They're all about what they want you to think they are versus what they really are. And this is every single company, okay? So what happens is because my boy got caught and it went viral, he had to resign. Now, some people are saying, oh, well, he resigned, he quit. No, I wouldn't have quit. See, that don't go like that. See, this ain't McDonald's. This ain't the Waffle House. See, when you making that kind of money and you that high up in the company, you don't get fired like that, okay? Unless you do something crazy. For the most part, they allow you to resign. You know, like the Real Housewives of Atlanta and all that stuff, how they say, oh, I'm just going to step away from the show. Whole time they really got fired in the background. See, when there's a lot of money on the table, they don't care what the folks think. They don't care. So they'll let you get on here and say whatever. So typically in these big companies like that, they'll come out and say so-and-so resigned. That means he got fired. But yeah, he resigned. Basically, they went to him and told him and said, hey, bro, you got to go. But we ain't telling you to go. But you got to go. But we ain't firing you, though. But don't be here tomorrow. Look, we not firing you. We not firing. That's not what we saying. Just give me your keys and we're going to take your name off the parking lot. That's all. I'm not saying you can't come back. You can come back. I'm not saying that. Just give me your office keys and clear out everything in your desk. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's happening. And that's why he had to resign. It was because it went viral. I'm going to be honest. Let's say it went viral locally or even regionally. That man would still have his job. I told y'all, him cheating with a woman who worked for them, that's like the same as riding a bike. That's not even a big deal. You know what I'm saying? So that what is y'all on here talking about? Theo is unalive. He dead. So yeah, that's the CEO. Let me go check this Theo thing right quick. Let me go check and see if y'all are really serious about this. Let's check Twitter. Y'all saying Theo done passed. They say Theo done went on to glory. Hold on, girl. What's his name? Malcolm Jamal. I'm scared. Where y'all getting this from? Let me see. Let me just look up Theo. I'm scared to press it. Did he really pass? I see people saying it. Oh, it's on Twitter. Wait, I only seen, okay, so I don't know how true this is, you guys, but people are saying that Theo Huxtable passed. I don't know how true it is, though. Is this true? It says Malcolm Jamal Warner has passed away at the age of 54. He is best known for his role as Theo on The Cosby Show. If this is true, I can't confirm for sure. I'm just scrolling down Twitter. I see a lot of people repeating it. I can't say for sure this is the word right now. People Mag posted it. Let me tell y'all something I learned about these publications too. TMZ, let me go look up TMZ. Let me tell y'all about these publications too. The publications be copying what they be seeing on the internet. And it's a fact. And when I say publications, I'm not just talking about like People Magazine and all that. I'm talking about ABC, CBS. Yeah, they be copying what they see on the internet. Now, I'm not saying that that's what's happening here, but just to kind of let you know. Let me go to TMZ. I'm going to TMZ to check y'all to see, because I just want to be sure. Oh, TMZ did post it. Let me see. TMZ posted it. I mean, I guess I don't. So let's just go with that. TMZ posted it, And it says the Cosby Show and Malcolm Jamal Warner has died. The Cosby Show and alum Malcolm Jamal Warner has died at the age of 54, TMZ has learned. Now, I don't know what happened. But allegedly, rest in peace. Rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner. I didn't know about this. Everybody knew him as Theo Huxtable. We all that was like our brothers and sisters when we watched them on tape. They say accidentally drowned. Felicia Rashad is not dead. She was just on a Tyler Perry movie. Y'all got to stop. See, girl. And that's not even funny. Felicia Rashad is not dead. She was just on the Tyler. She was just with toilet paper. Did y'all remember that? Y'all just seen Felicia over there by toilet paper now. And Lord, y'all just say rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner. Malcolm, if it's true, TMZ is reporting. I saw the dude from City High passed away. What would you do if your son was at home crying all alone on the bedroom floor because he's hungry? I remember him. And y'all remember Theo with the Gordon Cartrell shirt? That's bad. You know, hearing somebody like Theo Huxtable passing, that's like hearing like a long lost cousin pass. Like, we ain't see each other every day, but that was still my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gotta understand, especially in Black America, our people grew up with us on TV. Like, we grew up with the people on TV. You know what I'm saying? But y'all got to stop talking about Felicia that went on and kicked the bucket. She was just over there by toilet paper. And she over there with the shy. Y'all got to stop. Girl, y'all just want to put everybody in the dirt, huh? Y'all wrong for that. Everything. Felicia is hanging in there. That lady hanging in there. Look at y'all want to send her the glory. But yeah, that's sad if he really passed, though. I feel bad for the brother. And his family. Well, not for him, because he ain't nothing to feel bad for him for. But I definitely feel bad for the family right now. If he drowned, they're allegedly saying that he drowned. I don't know how true it is. Please don't give me the lying. That's the alleged rumors that are tackling this situation. All right, we need to move on. Shout out to everybody in the building. I need to read some super chats. Let me read some super chats. Shout out to everybody in the building, you guys. Savannah Dog, thank you for the super chat. Says Voodoo, I agree about LeBron. I stopped watching basketball because of him. It was pass the ball to LeBron, no matter how bad they were losing. That's the only reason he has those numbers. Listen, when LeBron came in, he is the first person to come in and basically make the game about numbers. It wasn't about what they did. It was about what the numbers were at the end of the night. LeBron James ushered that form of basketball into the NBA. Okay. LeBron James, when he came in, yeah, he was a phenom, McDonald's. I feel like he was more hyped than anything. But if I'm going to be completely honest, it went from us knowing our great stars and our great players by what they did to the numbers. Like, what's LeBron's thing? I still to this day, like for instance, Jordan had the free throw, jumping from the free throw. That was his thing, the dunk from the free throw. You know what I'm saying? Or at least he had the tongue out. You know what I'm saying? He had the fade away. Like, everybody had a thing. What's the thing? What is LeBron's superpower? He never had one because it was never about his superpowers. It was always about the numbers. He ushered that era of basketball into that. Shix, thank you for the super chat. It says the book was about Big Mike transition, becoming a woman, where we were also sold a lie. Read it from the angle it was meant something different. Oh, read it from that angle, it will mean something different. Because wasn't the name of Michelle Obama's book Becoming Michelle or something like that? Wasn't it? Yeah. And then once the rumors came out, shout out to Joan Rivers. Once the rumors came out, it started to make sense. Becoming Michelle. Remember I told y'all all our rich aunties got the book on the bookshelf like this? Oh, my mama. I'm going to do some type of business venture. I swear to God, mark my word. I'm going to find some business venture and I want to be super successful. And I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to get a business suit and I ain't going to have no green nails though. And I want to be on a picture like this. I feel like people take you serious when you do like this. Remember Malcolm did it? Yeah, watch. I'm going to do that. Watch. Look at Real Talk with Miss J talking about OMG, y'all. She a lady. How you know? We don't know, girl. We don't know. Stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened, honey. Stranger things have happened. SMP, thank you for the super chat. It's my fault the school lunches is nasty. Facts. Remember, Michelle was trying to make the school lunches more what it was, healthy or something like that. What you cooking? Thank you for the super chat. Says Boo, happy Monday. Did you see the dog, the bounty hunter accidentally killed his stepson? What? Something in the milk ain't clean. I don't be on Clear News. What happened? I ain't been on Clear News. I don't be over there. Dog, the bounty hunter accidentally unalived, killed his stepson? Child, makes sense. You know them crackers. When they get the cracking. You feel what I'm saying? Truth be told, thank you for the super chat. Says, report showing Malcolm Jamal Theo died. Yeah, we just saw it. Thank you so much. Belinda, thank you for being a member for 16 months. Says, love your content and your channel, Voodoo. God bless. Thank you so much. Thank you. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please. Angelina Ivy, thank you for the super chat. Says, all these CEOs being taken out one way or another. Yeah, let me tell you something too. A lot of the CEOs and stuff are being taken out because everything about to be run by AI and machines and stuff. So yeah, they're trying to get a few people up out of here. Now, let's move on. Now, I want to get into this DC Youngfly stuff really quickly with Rick Ross. So DC Youngfly did a podcast. Well, they have the 85 South show that they had that was popping them off before he really became really, really crazy. Well, I ain't gonna say before. I'll say simultaneously. So DC Youngfly and what's the other boy's name? Put him in the chat. They do the 85 South show. Does that show do they still do it? Like in real life, do they still do it? I'm not even sure if they still do the 85 South show. But either way, they do this 85 South show, and they had Rick Ross on one time. Now, when Rick Ross came and he basically left at the beginning, like in the middle of the interview. Rick Ross got up and dipped. Now, these are young black dudes, and they felt some type of way because, I mean, we young black men, you black, bro, you could at least respect us, enough to, give us a whole interview. According to DC Youngfly. So they felt some type of way that Rick Ross left, and DC Youngfly was vocal about it, saying that he felt played or whatever. And then recently he did a podcast where somebody asked him about it again, and he brought it up again. Now, I'm going to show y'all some clips from the original podcast, and then we're going to get into DC Youngfly. I think I have that clip of DC Youngfly talking about how he felt some type of way about Rick Ross leaving, the podcast from them. And then according to DC Youngfly, he left their podcast and went and did a white man podcast and let the man basically talk about him being a corrections officer and stuff like that. It's crazy. Let's get into it, y'all. Get the likes up on the video really quickly. Get the likes up, please, and thank you.
How did you know to come right back on their ass with them?
You got to.
Right.
Man, just fucking don't take the foot off the gas at all. Right.
That motherfucker still.
Let me use the restroom one time and I'm gonna take this jacket off.
Let's go.
Yeah, you can't.
Man, stay tuned.
You can't take your foot off for nothing, nigga.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about for life.
I just had to tell the motherfucker, I said, maybe I can't be there for you, baby. I gotta grind.
You gotta grind.
I gotta get up on my grind.
You gotta get up on your what?
I gotta get up on my grind.
I gotta get up on my grind.
I gotta get up on my grind.
That's why I ain't got no damn time. Gotta get up on my grind.
I had to.
You know what's so funny? Them niggas celebrating like You know how when you was a kid, you asked your mama, can so-and-so spend a night? Or can we go spend a night by so-and-so house? And she said, yeah. Then everybody go, ooh, and everybody get happy. That's how them niggas is happy that this nigga, that they thought Rick Ross was going to the bathroom. That nigga is gone. He ain't coming back.
Tell her I'm dreaming about my freaking kids. She wanna get all in my face and wanna give me kills. I told her, girl, don't want me to yeah. I said, baby girl.
How did you know to come right back on their ass with them?
You got to respect that.
What album was the most exciting to record though? You did 11. Like which one was like the one that had you the most latest? Like these motherfuckers can't wait.
My nigga, I'm gonna be honest, it's hard for me to answer. And the only reason I'm gonna tell you that is because they all meant so much for different reasons. Port of Miami was your very first one. You always felt nothing could be more important than the first one.
Debut.
You've been waiting 15 years for this shit to happen. How could something ever be more important than this?
Right.
But then you become successful with your first album, and then the new obstacle is
Topping the first.
pulling off two.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
And so that approach is different. You do that. The third one is, so I have fun deeper than rapping, so on and so forth. Teflon Don, you know what I'm saying? So it's just,
but then you
we could have those debates. We really could.
Teflon was off the chain.
I mean,
and I like the way you followed up hustling with pushing it. Like,
you gotta honor that and respect that.
You see. All right. Let me see if I can find the interview with DC Youngfly. So DC Youngfly then goes on an interview recently. And this is how, now mind you, this happened a long time ago. This was years ago. But recently, DC Youngfly did an interview where he was asked about it. And he said, yeah, I said it then and I'll say it now. I felt some type of way. Like that nigga really walked out on us and played us. Oh, it was him with Rory and Maul and them. That's who it was. Check it out. Look.
Yeah, I get it.
But I give a fuck because
Try to
I
make us look
fuck
bad.
with you as a person.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before, okay, let's just say before all that happened, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say before all that happened. Bro, I'm listening to you, Ross. I feel like you wanted to, hey, shut the fuck up. I'm listening to you, Ross. I feel like you probably one of the best lyricists from the South that we got. You dig what I'm saying? Like you poetic, bro. When I listen to your music, I think you put a lot of time and effort into this shit.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to your shit. Not only that, nigga, I fuck with everything you do, nigga.
Yeah.
You fuck with Wingstop, I'ma fuck with Wingstop.
Like you said, y'all had chefs, y'all had everything.
I'ma fuck with you. Got a book, nigga. We gonna buy all that. This ain't promo marketing. Like your PR team came and brought all this shit around.
This was it.
This shit was set up so you can see we rock with you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, do you owe us an explanation? No.
Right.
But as niggas who fuck with you, I think it's just something to say, hey man, just a little respect to be like, hey man, this is what I gotta go. This is what I got going on. Let me woo. I can respect that. That's cool. This is when it get insulting. This is when it get insulting because we the type of people that will never bring up nothing that we feel like that can be diminished to your career or anything, nigga, because we some real niggas.
Yeah.
The moment you leave our show, you went and did a podcast, a white podcast. You sat your ass right there for almost 2 hours.
And didn't leave.
And you talk. And the white folk asked your ass, was you a fucking correctional officer?
Yeah.
We would have never asked you no shit like that, nigga, because we got respect for you.
Right.
And you sat right there and you answered that question so eloquently,
Right.
eloquently.
Eloquently,
you got it.
right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even disrespectful.
Yeah.
And then I get to sit back and watch that shit and be like, damn, what's the difference between them and us?
Okay.
Now I feel disrespected.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like, damn, that nigga as a man, my nigga, come on. Don't say money.
Right.
We got it.
Right.
You got it.
Right.
But nigga, we fuck with you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do us like that. And it's still love, but nigga.
Can I say this? Rick Ross was a dirty, fat, funky bastard for leaving them dudes mid-interview, and especially for saying that he was going to the bathroom. If he really was the boss that he say he is, he would have just told him, hey, bro, I gotta dip. I gotta go. I'm about to dip. You feel what I'm saying? But the problem is the fact is Rick Ross little boyed them. He little boyed them and he played them to the left. But this is the gag. I'm pretty positive DC Youngfly and them dudes from the 85 South show have some little boy somewhere else saying that y'all little boy me. It is a fucking stair. It is a gradual ladder to the top. I told you. The book, even the Bible says a rich man has is getting to heaven is like getting a camel getting through the eye of a needle. You cannot become uber successful like this unless you do things like this. Okay? So while it's messed up and it happened to DC Youngfly, I'm pretty positive that some other little boys or somebody somewhere, some DJ, some other small podcaster saying that y'all did that to us too. It's par for the course. Messed up, but par for the course. Now, as it pertains to Ross, that's what he do. Shuck and jive for them clear people. That's what all these fake ass rapper niggas do. That's what they do. They ain't who y'all think they is. None of these rappers are who you think they are. None of them are who you think they are. None of these rappers are who you think they are. So of course he's gonna shuck and jive for the white man. If it weren't for the white man, he wouldn't be able to steal a whole nother man's identity and become a millionaire off of it. Another man who's walking around Earth to this day alive. Remember when we spoke about trees and I said it's gonna be some of us. Here we are. Here we are. Like, it just... I just find it not. I think that what I struggle with DC Youngfly is I know you done did somebody dirty like Ross did you. I'm pretty sure somebody could tell me you did them worse. And I don't mean like on some human stuff, like it could have been some stuff. No. Meaning I feel like, bro, your hands ain't clean in this industry shit neither. I already feel some type of way about what happened to your baby mama. So that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Don't do us like that.
I respect that. I respect that.
They for me was when he did say something about it that kind of struck me the wrong way was when he was like the little homies and we gonna die. The salute to them. I'm gonna do this for the. Well, if you really feel like we the little homies and we your little homies like that, is that how you do your little homies, my nigga?
Right.
Because when you left, we ain't take none of that shit off the table.
Still there?
Yeah. We kept it right there and kept doing what we was doing. So it was never no disrespect on our part. And we've had many guests come through that, we protect our people. We protect our people. So it wasn't a situation where we felt like it was something that we thought was going to go the way it went. We just got a product that we love and we love each other first. So we're not going to let us look bad for nobody if we can help it. Yeah. So that was the reason why it even went the way it went. But as far as like now getting the explanation of feel, it ain't even about that, but it's just about the.
All right. With the little nigga named Carlos with the bald head, yeah, that's what he had to say. But they felt some type of way, rightfully so. I would too, because at the end of the day, DC Youngfly has a point. Nigga, if you can't show love to your own people, and that's something we got to change with our mindset. We got to start showing love to our own people. Sometimes we got to practice more patience with our people. I get it. I'm black with you too. And sometimes I have to practice more patience. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the way he did it was dirty, and he should not have played DC Youngfly and them, especially around that time, because that was around the time they were coming up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's not Carlos, it's Chico, Carlos, Chico. They all sound like they nigga Mexicans to me. You feel what I'm saying? Now let's get into DC Youngfly responding to Rick Ross responded to DC Youngfly, and then DC Youngfly responded to Rick Ross. So let's get into Rick Ross.
Look, bro, listen, man. I came to your podcast. I came for free, homie, no charge. I did it on Face, homie. I didn't ask you what your analytics was and this and that. I came on Face, homie, to show love. And don't make it like I walked off on you. I left early. Rose had some other things to do too. But guess what? I came for free, nigga. I wasted that nice ass Gucci jacket on that look, man. I couldn't even really wear my Gucci jacket again. But my nigga, I did it for love. And next time I come for free, at least have me some lemon pepper wing stop at that bitch. You heard me? But I came for free. I ain't charge you. You feel me? Don't talk about Rose other business. I came and did that. And what is the analytics? How the show doing anyway, man? I'll come back on it, and when I'm gonna walk off that bitch the next time, and it's little bro, listen, man.
That nigga said, and what is the analytics of the show? How is the show doing? That would have sent me over the roof. And what is the analytics of the show anyway? How is the show doing? Nigga, now my arm's about to get to working without my control. Get your fat ass out my face. Anyways, so that's Rick Ross's response. He felt like, listen, I did it for free. You niggas should be happy. But it's not about that. It's a respect thing. That's all. It's a respect thing. That's all. That's it. That's all. It is about respect. Okay? And what you did, Ross, was messed up. And it don't matter if you charge them or not. Honestly, you shouldn't charge them. You shouldn't. I think that once Black Americans get so high up in their craft and they so successful, they should be reaching back and doing stuff for the free. I do believe that. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, you still was wrong for how you played it. It was unprofessional and it was messed up as two Negroes. Now let's get into DC Youngfly's response.
You did it for free. Everybody do it for free, Ross. You ain't the only nigga. Boosie did it for free. T.I. do it for free. Nigga Busta Rhymes did it for free. Nigga Snoop Dogg did it for free. Everybody who sat on that couch do it for free. Now, but when you call a spade, it get hot. And where you gotta go to cool off? I'm going to talk to my little homie DC in the pool because it's hot. We respect when niggas got shit to do, bro. Just tell us as soon as you come in, hey, little homies, I got an hour. We gonna try to get you in, man. We gonna try to get you in about 45 minutes so you can make it to your next destination. Don't pull up, act like you doing us a favor, and then just leave her without saying so. Just say something so we can know what's going on, gang. We ain't tripping. We'll push back up. Your team, we called your team. We called the person who we called when you was on the way. Guess what they said? We don't know where he going. You say you did it for free. Everybody do it for free, Rob.
You gotta earn.
So that's DC Youngfly's response. Let me say this. When it comes to DC Youngfly and his response, I think that it's good that there is no hard feelings. I think that it's also good that they're able to talk it out or whatever. And it sounds like both of them are okay with going back to the podcast and doing it again. Okay. But I'm with DC. All you got to do is come in and say, bruh, I only got X amount of time and I got to get in and get out. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Even if he had to leave, if he really was on that type of time, or if he had respect for them dudes, he would have said, hey, bruh, in like 15 minutes, something came up or something came up, I got to dip, or in X amount of time, I got to go or whatever. But you didn't even respect them dudes enough to do that. And for that, Ross will forever be lame to me. You know what I'm saying? That's just to me. I can't really call it on nobody else. I mean, hold on. Somebody had this video. Can I find? Do I have it? Somebody had a video, an old video, girl, of Rick Ross marching as a CO, and I almost fell. I said, what? Oh, and let me say this too. Oh, here you go. Look.
CEO, we always lead the way. Relax. CEO, we always lead the way. Relax.
Yeah, so that was when Rick Ross, somebody had posted that or whatever the case may be. Yeah. And remember I told y'all, Rick Ross, like other rappers, have been able to legally take on the identity of other people who are real people who are walking around and make these personas and turn these personas into doggone rappers and things of that nature, which are characters like 50 Cent and all that stuff. Because I did not know 50 Cent name was after a dude who was actually named 50 Cent, who was really outside. Girl, I'm listening. My mind is being blown day by day. Day after day, my mind is getting blown, child. Moving on. Now, let's get into this Africa beef. And it really ain't no beef. Wait, before we get into the Africa beef, I shared this because I wanted to show this to y'all. Hold on. Now, remember, we've been talking about the little boy, Jamal White, who was kidnapped. Remember, I told you every single day something else is unfolding. Remember, I told you that? Let's get into it. So Jamal White is a little kid who was abducted in Milwaukee about a week ago, and they found him about the next day, and people were saying that the parents had something to do with it. Well, it turns out the story has unfolded. The mother is this big-time drug dealer, and apparently she was being set up to be robbed. Now, rumors had gone around and said that the mama or the daddy or somebody in the family set this whole thing up, but apparently that wasn't the case. As we know now, they say that the mama was actually getting robbed. Okay, now new developments have been coming up about this story, and I'm telling you, every single day something else happens on this story, and we about to get into it. So it's now 3 men, including 14-year-old. Now there's a 14-year-old arrested for kidnapping 7-year-old Milwaukee boy Jamal White and holding him for $100,000 ransom. One suspect claims plans was to rob boy's mother, an alleged known drug dealer. It says 3 men, including a 14-year-old, have been arrested for kidnapping 7-year-old Milwaukee boy Jamal White and holding him for $100,000 ransom. One suspect claims the initial plan was to rob the child's mother, an alleged known drug dealer. As we previously shared, Jamal White was abducted on July 11th and rescued less than 24 hours later, just 7 miles away from his home from which he was abducted. At least 5 people have been arrested since the incident. Baby Jamal's uncle, Jamel White, 27, was arrested for firing several shots at a slow-moving car a day after the boy was abducted. That's what I said the last time, and y'all said I was wrong, but y'all gonna have to get it with the media. It says Jamal's mother, Siobhan Williams, was also arrested, charges still pending, and 3 men, a 14-year-old, 25-year-old, and 38-year-old, were arrested for the kidnapping of Jamal White. We previously reported on 25-year-old Corey Williams' arrest. Now it's learned that he told police how he helped the 14-year-old concoct the scheme. In a criminal complaint, Corey told police how the team wanted to rob Siobhan Williams, but after failing to find plans changed once they abducted her son and demanded $100,000 ransom and jewelry. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me the 14-year-old is the mastermind behind this? This is crazy. This I gotta see. What in the world? Hold on. They trying to say it's a 14-year-old who's the mastermind. Something in the milk ain't clean now. And I believe it. I'm just saying.
Dollars in jewelry. That's what prosecutors say 2 men and a teen wanted when they abducted a 7-year-old boy at gunpoint last week.
And as Sam Kramer explains, the boy's mother is also in jail tonight.
As the 7-year-old boy passes by on his bicycle Friday night, court documents show the people in this white Jeep weren't on Houston Street just by happenstance. This was a planned robbery that quickly escalated into something more. Thursday, prosecutors charged 25-year-old Corey Williams with kidnapping and taking hostages. The criminal complaint says Williams admitted to taking the license plate off his girlfriend's Jeep to help as part of a plan to rob the boy's mother. Williams told police this was all the 14-year-old's idea. The reason why? Williams said the boy's mother, identified as 25-year-old Siobhan Williams, is a, quote, well-known drug dealer who flaunted money on FaceTime calls with the 14-year-old. As of
100,000.
Pause before we move. Somebody said this, and this makes sense. Somebody said it would make sense to put it on the 14-year-old because they won't get tried as an adult and they won't spend, like they'll probably get juvenile life, meaning they'll be out like 21. You see what I'm saying? It will make sense for the 14-year-old to be the mastermind. Think about it if you're a group. Like, say we all sell drugs. It makes sense. This is why Boosie allegedly kept him a 14-year-old around him. And I'm glad somebody put that in the chat. That makes all the sense in the world. It makes sense for a serious charge to go on the kid because at worst, he'll get the juvenile life. He'll be home. You know what I'm saying? Everybody good to go. So shout out to whoever said that. I can't remember who said it.
Charged in this case. When Williams, the 14-year-old, and a 38-year-old man in the Jeep did not see her, they pivoted, chasing at the boy's father with handguns before taking the 7-year-old boy and driving away. The complaint says Corey Williams then called Siobhan Williams nearly 40 times between 7:33 Friday night and 2:39 Saturday morning. The trio demanded $100,000 in jewelry in exchange for the boy. The complaint adds this.
Now I believe that the boy was in charge. Because, see, if you have her kid, you're not supposed to be blowing her phone up. She's supposed to be blowing your phone up. Now I believe it was the 14-year-old who came up with this. Pause. Why is you calling her 40 times? You got her child. She don't have yours. She supposed to be calling yours. She supposed to be... Matter of fact, you supposed to be taking the phone off the hook to add a little razzle-dazzle of suspense so she don't know what's going on. You supposed to have a little kid in the background saying, Mama, Mama. And then you supposed to hang up the phone and then turn it off. That's for a razzle-dazzle to get a, you know what I mean? To put a little pep in her step so she can come drop the money off. I mean, I never had nobody ransom, but I only seen it in the movies. And every time I seen it, that's how it go. You're not supposed to take her kid and then harass her. Let me find out. She said, nigga, take the kid. Let me find out they done kidnapped this baby and the bitch done said, man, fuck them kids. And they dropped the baby back off. Let me find out what's going on. Why is he calling her? I'm of confusion. This is a genuine question. I am of confusion. 40 times? Nigga, you got my child. Why is you calling me? Come on now, make it make sense. You done kidnapped my child. Now you want to blow me up? That don't go like that. Or at least it's not supposed to go like that. I'm just saying. I'm telling you, look, let me find out. He done called and said, bitch, I got your man. Fuck that baby. Nigga, they ain't even, matter of fact, I don't even like the daddy. Keep the nigga. Keep the little nigga. You think I give a fuck? That's probably why they dropped the little boy off the next day. They couldn't afford to feed him. I'm just saying, conspiracy theory. I don't know. I just be talking, girl. But I'm just saying, it wouldn't surprise me.
7-year-old boy told police he heard his mom on the phone say she'd come pick him up, but never did. Milwaukee police found the boy and Williams Saturday afternoon near 39th and Lloyd. Police used a database to track the Jeep, which had been seen elsewhere with license plates. It's owned by Williams' girlfriend, who led police to him. Prosecutors say Williams then confessed and named his 2 accomplices who are not yet charged. Meanwhile, a search warrant for the 14-year-old's home says Siobhan Williams was uncooperative Thursday night. She is not charged in this case. Operative and left the scene as detectives were looking for her son. It goes on to say her actions, quote, impeded the police investigation and slowed investigator efforts to quickly and safely locate and recover the boy from his abductors. Public records show she's in custody at the Milwaukee County Jail. The district attorney tells Fox 6 that charges are pending. Reporting in Milwaukee, Sam Kramer, Fox 6 News.
So are they trying to say that they mad because she wouldn't give them information? Is that what they're saying? Are they saying that her not cooperating with them early on is the reason why they couldn't find the little boy earlier on? But if she's a drug dealer, Mr. Police Officer, they handle their own stuff in the street. They don't come to y'all. That don't go like that, Mr. Police.
And when police searched the 14-year-old's home, they found a handgun with a magazine beneath a couch cushion. Investigators say they also have recordings in which the 14-year-old can be heard talking about his plan for the robbery.
Operative and left the scene.
There you go. So that was the update to give y'all on Lil Jamal. I told y'all, what did I tell y'all when they kidnapped that little boy and they found the little boy and had him down to the CPS? What did I tell y'all? I said, if you want to know what the hell is going on, ask the baby. Did I not say that? Because see, one thing about children, they are flawed truth tellers. Even when children have to put in a lot of effort to lie. Meaning they have to really rehearse it in their head and practice it and read it. I said, if you want to know what really happened, ask the baby. Now, according to the little boy said the mama was on the phone and the mama said she was on the way to come get him, but she ain't never showed up. And it's given to me when the 14-year-old or whoever called the mama to say, come, I got your son, we gonna keep him. She said, good. Keep him, and hung up. And then the boys called back and said, hey, I'm not playing. We got your son. And then the boy, mine. And she in the background, man, fuck them kids. Nigga, you think I give a fuck? I'll make another one. And hung up. It's given to me. Because 40 times in one night, the little boy wasn't kidnapped but 12 hours. And they done called this girl 40 times. Now, they don't give me concerned mother tease. That don't give me concerned mother tease. And again, I've never been a part of a heist or being kidnapped, but in the movies, typically when the people don't cooperate with the laws, that's because they already on it themselves. They already handling business on their own. Now, this young lady, she hung up the phone. The little boy said he ain't seen High Low or more ever since. I didn't say it. Jamal said it. Now, y'all can go look at the story. We talked about it over here. I didn't say it. Jamal said it. Jamal said he heard the mama on the phone, and the mama said, I'm on my way. The boy said he ain't heard from the mom ever since. Now, I don't know. I'm just a conspiracy theorist talking out loud. But I'm just saying, you know, it's a new day now. You can't kidnap children and think you're going to get a ransom. Girl, please. These people don't care about their children. I'm telling you, Jamal done went down there and told them crackers, my mama was supposed to come get me and told them to keep me. And that's why Jamal was down at CPS. Said what I said. Lil Jamal got kidnapped. The police found him. They took him in the bag, did all the tests on him and all of that. And they put him, and they said, come here, Lil Jamal. Tell the truth. What's going on? What's going on with your mom? Jamal told them the man called my mama and told my mama that he wanted $100,000 and to come and pick me up for $100,000. And my mama told the man Corey to keep me. And that's why she in jail with the charges pending. Said what I said. Could you imagine kidnapping a child, bitch, and you call them mom and they say, well, keep the child. Ow! Bitch, talk about trauma. Girl, please, Lil Jamal ain't gonna never be good for the rest of his life. Poor Jamal, he won't be the same for the rest of his life. That's a shame. Now, I don't know if this would happen, but that's what it feels like to me. That's what it feels like. I know I'm joking and I'm josing, but real life, Jamal said in the police report, my mama was on the phone and she said she was on the way. Jamal said it. He said that my mama never came. So I don't know. I might be, you know what I'm saying? Jamal said he heard his mama on the phone. She said she was on the way. He ain't seen High Low no more. So we need to check on Jamal. He's still down at CPS. I'm serious. It would explain why he at CPS. For real, for real. It really would. I'm just saying. It would explain why he's still down to the CPS. Now let's get on these Africans.
I'm making this video.
First of all, because let me start by saying this. Shout out to Africa and the Africans. I don't want nobody to think that I don't like Africans because I actually adore Africans. I think that like many Black Americans in the United States, a lot of our vision and a lot of our mindset has started to be and is starting to get warped with the representation that is here in America. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest, because we got to be fair. You can't group a whole group of people, okay? And what's happening is the Africans that are coming to America are putting a bad, sour taste in people's mouths that are here. And they are what we are, even in our subconscious, whether we want to understand it or not, they are becoming the representation for a huge continent. And it's not right. Also, my conspiracy theorist brain, my conspiracy theorist brain tells me that I need to ask questions on who are these Africans that are so forceful and so hell-bent on coming to America and messing over Black Americans. And I'm noticing that they're from one or two places, Ghana and Nigeria. Ghana and Nigeria. Now, Africa is allegedly a continent with allegedly 52 countries. But for some odd reason, these very two groups of Africans have a very, very heavy presence on the representation of Africa. And I ain't from Africa, and I ain't African. But if I was an African, I would feel some type of way. And I've never gone to Africa. However, I have traveled abroad on many, many, many occasions. And I found that when I go to these places, when I tell them about the people in America, typically the people in these places don't like those representations in America. For instance, when I went to Antigua, no, because Antigua don't have really many representation in America. When I went to the Bahamas, and I was asking them about people like Uncle Luke and all these other folks, they was like, first of all, they didn't even know Uncle Luke. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that in the Bahamas in 2025, them folks don't know Uncle Luke? Just so you know, FYI. I'm just telling you, I'm not saying everybody, but I went around a bunch of them and they didn't know who the hell he was. But either way, they don't like how they're being represented in our land at home. Does that make sense? So the Jamaicans in Jamaica, and this is no shade, a lot of the Jamaicans in Jamaica don't like the Jamaicans in America because, first of all, they don't feel like they real Jamaican. And then, two, they feel like they more westernized, Americanized. And they feel like you don't represent us who still here. Basically like the grassroots. Why is this important? Now, think about Nigeria and I think about Ghana. And they are the two with the biggest monopoly on Black American culture right now. And I'm asking why? What make these two people, one of the most recent earlier places in Africa, what make these two groups of people the ones that's supposed to be taking over Black America? These are the ones that's supposed to be all up in our stuff. And then it dawned on me, like I told you, I have this like crazy conspiracy theory that I don't know if you guys know this, but way back in the days, way long times ago, Europe was occupied by Black people. Well, if you know, melanated people inhabited the earth. So every corner crevice of the earth was inherited by Black people, right? Even in even your Eskimos were Black. Everybody was melanated because from the earth they breed melanated people. Well, during those European days, prior to colonialization, did I say that word right? Colonialization. But prior to the white folks coming, you know what I mean. It was Black people in Europe, and there was this, and this is for lack of a better term, being ignorant, but there was a huge war where these white folks came out of nowhere. Do with the information that you please. And some other folks came out of nowhere, and there was this huge war in Europe, and the Black people, or these European royalty Black people, were banished from Europe. Now, we don't know who these Black folks is, or at least to my research, I still don't know where those Black folks went and who they are. I believe that that's them people from Ghana and them people from Nigeria. And let me tell you why. This is just a conspiracy theory. The only reason I say that is because those people are not even indigenous to that land. Those people from Nigeria, the people from Ghana, are not indigenous to the land of Nigeria nor the land of Ghana. They are not. They are lost Africans remixed, made up, and put into a pile and created anew. Okay? Does that make sense? So the Nigerians you see, first of all, the country of Nigeria is only, my grandmother is older than the country of Nigeria. It came about in the 60s. Those people who are there are not indigenous to that land. Where did they come from? Neither here nor there. Put a pin in it. 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 All right. Bet. Boom. So these people have come here. They're taking over our culture, erasing us, trying to blend in, infiltrate and integrate, or integrate and then infiltrate. They've been blending in and doing all those things. And me being from New Orleans, I had came across something that I knew nothing about until after Hurricane Katrina, and it was called an African braiding shop. So I'm from a little small town called New Orleans, Louisiana, and I grew up in what we called a chocolate city. It was nobody but niggas. And the white folks who was there, the very few sprinkle of them who lived there, it was a very few small of them. But for the most part, they worked there. White folks didn't live in New Orleans when I grew up. It was nigger town. Or how my boy said, niggerville. It was niggerville, okay? Now, we did have a population of Vietnamese. Wasn't a large population, yet still a population, but they stayed off to the corner and did their thing. I had never knew that Africans braided, nor had braid shops. Where I come from, niggas braided. I braid. I do my own braids. I've been braiding since I was like 15 years old. My nana, which is my nanny, which is my godmother, she one of the coldest braiders out the project. And running our family, that's what we do. We braid, okay? So when I got to Atlanta and I heard of Dominican shops, and I'm like, what the Dominicans do? And they like, oh, they do blowouts. And I'm like, blowouts? Like, all this shit is new to me. I'm a fish out of water. Please forgive me, y'all. I didn't grow up around a bunch of foreigners. And that probably is a good and probably a bad thing for me. Okay? So I get to Atlanta. I'm seeing these Dominican this and the African that and and I'm like, girl, I ain't letting them folks in my head, because from where I'm from, I normally just patronize with my people. I do. And it wasn't no shade, but I also come from a place where I understand how important and how spiritual it is, your crown. You see, when you allow anybody in your crown and you allow anybody in your head, and when I say anybody, I don't mean you have to know their social security number and know them from in and out. I just mean you have to be able to understand energy and understand how it can be transferred. Remember, we talk about grounding. Remember, we talk about opening that pineal gland and all that stuff. All that comes through the soles of your feet and the top of your head. So when you got these folks over your head, just, you know what I'm saying? You don't understand how your hair follicles, right, are connected directly and are antennas almost basically to your brain and to you. So you got to be very, very careful about who you allow in your head. And this don't have nothing to do with Africans, even other niggas. You got to be careful about who you allow in your head. So me personally, I've never had an African braid my hair. Not once in my entire life. I've never seen it. I've seen it. I've never had it. I don't like the way they look. In my opinion, when Africans braid, you can't see the parts. I hate it. It's a pet peeve. I don't like it. And they look like they be heavy. They look like heavy ass braids that's pulling all your hair off your scalp. You feel what I'm saying? I just don't like them. They use too much hair per plait. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. I'm not big on African braid shops. But for some odd reason, Black American women done put down the combs and started picking up the doggone phones to call all these African braid shops. Now, y'all running all 90 going west, running to these African braid shops, and now they over your head. All types of spells being done on you. You don't even know it. Hell, they may not even know it. All type of stuff going on. They fighting over your head. They doing all type of stuff over your head. And all you care about is you want to look cute for whatever event you got. Not understanding why you could have the issues that you have in your personal lives. Internally. You don't know what you allow into the crown of your head. All you know is you want your braids done. That's all. You got to be careful with that. Now, spiritually, I personally wouldn't allow nobody other than my own folks in my head. And even then, I'd still be skeptical on who I'd allow in my head. And let me tell you why. The Africans that do braids, all the ones that I've seen, a lot of them seem like they have a lot of resentment. And one thing about a bitch who have resentment towards you when she doing your head, you do not want to trust her on your head. How do you know they not tightening them damn braids up tight like that on purpose just to pull your hair out? Remember, you don't have the same texture of hair as them. You don't. Even the nappiest head in Africa won't compare to the nappiest head in America. Our hair textures are not the same. I told you, there's nothing the same except melanin between a Black American and an African. Nothing. And when I say Black American, I mean in the Americas. There's nothing the same between us and them except melanin. Our hair textures aren't the same. Our skulls aren't the same. Our genetics aren't the same. Our DNA aren't the same. None of it. We are not. Only thing we share is this. But we have been indoctrinated to believe all skin folk was kinfolk, and we've been allowing all these folks in our head. Long story short, I guess stuff has been brewing, and now they're calling for a boycott on African braid shops. Now, I saw a lot of the tethers and some African Americans and Africans and FBA people in there talking about how this is reverse racism and how you guys are acting just like the colonizer. But I need Black Americans to understand this. I told you guys, this is just like a joke that everybody's in on it except you. Africans are making money hand over fist off of you. They are making money. Them saying something about you wanting to not allow them to braid your hair has nothing to do with racism. It has nothing to do with colonialism. It has nothing to do with none of that. It has everything to do with the almighty dollar. You trying to take money out my pocket. How dare you? I told you, we are like the circus animals. Black Americans in America are the circus animals of America. We in this big ass petting zoo. Everybody walking around petting us, my nigga. Everybody eating. Everybody making money. Everybody doing everything. We in a big ass petting zoo. Everybody benefit off of you, Black America. Everybody. Even your quote-unquote so-called allies. Everybody benefits off of you. You are the duck. You are the lamb. You are the only one who don't know that you are being used. So when you hear all these Africans and all these other folks, oh my God, you guys are just as bad as xenophobic. You guys are just trying to do this to take away. You're just as bad as the colonizer. Go braid the white woman hair. How about this? Braid other Africans' hair. Oh, my bad. They won't even patronize you. You get it? Don't let them fool you with this. Now, I want to get into this video with this girl talking about boycotting the African braiding shops. Y'all, check this out right quick. And let's be clear. On-site, neighborhood talk, shade room, all ran by tethers.
Because I wanted to support Shannon Sharpe, who is promoting a protest for August 1st. Complete blackout on African braiding shops, restaurants, and stores, right? I'm absolutely here for this. I'm showing my support because I do this in my everyday life. I do not shop with the Africans. Ain't no African ever braided my hair, put their hands on my head, or none of that, right? I don't do the restaurants. I stopped like years ago. I do not shop with their stores. If I walk into a store and I accidentally realize, not for me, right? So she's encouraging that we do an August 1st protest all through the month of August. I think it should continue throughout for the rest of the year, right? Let them really feel the heat, okay? Because they are confused about who they are, who we are, and what this is all about, right? They're so busy licking boots. They don't seem to want to give us our respect. They need a wake-up call, right? Because clearly they don't understand that the large majority of why you are even in the space that you're in is because of us, and that our dollars are the ones that pay your bills. Because we black them out. I want to see how many white people finna support y'all, right? I want to see how many of y'all businesses is really going to be able to stay afloat month after month of black people not supporting you, right? Like, let's really be about it. So I'm making this video because I wanted to support Shaya's Shelf. They need a wake-up call, right? Because clearly they don't understand that the large majority of why you are even in the space that you're in is because of us, and that our dollars are the ones that pay your bills. Because we black them out. I want to see how many white people finna support y'all, right? I want to see how many of y'all businesses is really going to be able to stay afloat month after month of black people.
And can I say this? You know what's so annoying about this? Two things. Number one, it's annoying to me as a Black American is because I know that we understand our dollar and the power of our dollar, but we just refuse to do right by it and put it where it's supposed to go and take it away from people it's supposed to be taken away from. That's one thing. But then also when it comes down to this whole thing, I'm hearing that these Africans be having bad attitudes, that if you have an issue with your hair, you come back in there and say X, Y, and Z, they don't want to fix it. They say they overcharging and overpricing and all this stuff. And my thing with those Africans, because not all, but the ones that are doing that, for those Africans who are, how fucking dare you? How fucking dare you? Like, how dare you? These people, and not all, but a lot of these people come from it fucking nothing. Shitting in the middle of the goddamn street. Get over here to America, find them a dashiki in a goddamn shop that they got off of the backs of Black Americans so they can open these doggone shops off of our dollars and off of our ancestors, and then treat us again. And I'm saying us loosely because I've never gone to an African braid shop. I've never had them folks touch me, let alone touch my hair. But for you to have an attitude, like, let's really be clear to the Africans that are like that. Not all. The only thing that has saved y'all in the past is the fact that we were lied to and told that we were all the same, that you are our brothers and our sisters. That's the only thing saved a lot of these people in the past. It's gonna get bad. I can't stand it. And the worst part is it's the Nigerians in the Ghanas and all these other folks. And I don't know who all the Africans that be braiding. I don't know. I ain't never been to an African braid shop. But what I'm saying is they get all of the benefits, all of the set aside from our ancestors, and then come here and have an issue with us. Take your ugly ass back home. Take your ass back home. Where you was sleeping in the streets. The shit's annoying, bro. I don't see how y'all do it. My best friend go to African braid shops. I've been telling her since the beginning, stop letting them people put their hands in your motherfucking head. I've been telling her that for the longest. Well, and I don't even like them. The braids be ugly. They be heavy and they be ugly. And y'all don't know how to part. And what we do know about Black American and our braids, we heavy and big on our parts. They don't know how to part. They lazy, they heavy, and they be pulling y'all edges out. That shit be ugly. I hate y'all coming out them damn African braid shop with them caterpillars on y'all goddamn head. Looking like a goddamn old ass Patra video.
People not supporting you, right? Like, let's really be about it. So in support of Shaya's Shelf, I am even pushing past August, but it starts August 1st, okay? Complete, total blackout on Africans, period, okay? Let them know what time it is. They need a wake-up call, right? Because clearly they don't understand that the large majority of why you are even in the space that you're in is because of us. And that our dollars are the ones that pay your bills, because we black them out. I want to see how many white people finna support y'all, right? I want to see how many of y'all businesses is really going to be able to stay afloat month after month of Black people not supporting you, right? Like, let's really be about it. So in support of Shaya's Shelf, I am even pushing.
Look at this. This shit should have been done toward the Asians when they fake with the Stop Asian. Well, I'm sorry, with the fake Stop Asian Hate scam campaign was being ran, dogging us out for months. We have to show all these motherfuckers that they can't play with us or disrespect our lineage one by one. I am in 1,000% agreement with this. It ain't just the Africans. It ain't just the Africans. When they lied and made it seem like niggas was attacking a whole bunch of Asians, remember that? And that was a bold-faced lie. Yeah, we need to be putting it. I don't even know why y'all still eating their food. I've been told y'all it's poison. I told you, if you ever wondered how good the food from a Chinese restaurant is, put it in your microwave and leave it there overnight. Come back tomorrow and tell me if your house smells like a dead body ain't in there. I've been told y'all stop eating their food, so I don't know what y'all over there buying from them. I've been told y'all stop eating their food. Take a shrimp fried rice and chicken plate, put it in your microwave and leave. It ain't gotta be hot. It could be cold. Come back the next day and tell me if it don't smell like somebody done died downstairs. It need to be all of them. Yes, Manchu. Girl, listen, Manchu, girl, don't get me started on Manchu. They been cooking rats. They been frying rats. Especially the one on St. Bernard. Girl, bye, allegedly. Y'all should have been stopped, boy. Y'all should have been stopped supporting all these folks. When you really think about it, we eat mostly our own food. We listen mostly to our own music. We wear most of our own clothes. We have our own styles. What y'all be running over there for? Just because it's trendy? Just because it's trendy? What y'all be running over there for? It's been a bitch in the hood, been doing braids since the beginning of time. Now y'all got to run to the Africans. Stop the cap. Somebody says, I really hope enough people go through this. Then also get the Asians, the Hispanics. Then use that money to build businesses and wealth within the community to boycott more and more white folks' products, especially if clear white supremacists, whether they follow right or left-wing methods. It says it's a lot to ask, but one can hope. Facts. And the conversations need to be had, and this is where it starts. This one person says they went through this 2 years ago. Hopefully, they learned this time. Let's take our money out of their pockets in every market. Facts. This race. Now, I don't know who this is. I know a few females that had nice thick hair and then went bald, effing with them tight ass braids and that black goo they put in your hair. Again, I ain't never been around there. So don't get me to lying. I ain't never had them folks put their hand in my head. My nana used to braid my hair when I was a little girl. And when I got older, I might have let 2 or 3 people do my braids. And I started doing my own braids in high school. So I can't relate. But I heard that y'all hair be falling out. They say that's why y'all edges. They say it was a lie. It wasn't the doggone lace front pulling y'all edges. They say it was the braids. What is it? The braids? Maybe Kendrick was trying to tell y'all something. What is it? The braids? I'm just saying. And honestly, I told y'all this before. We talked about braids a long time ago. I told y'all this before. Black Americans braid hair better than anybody on the face of this earth. Black Americans do the best braids in the entire world, Craig. Not the city, bitch. Not the country hoe. The world. All these different styles of braids come from Black America. All these different parts you see on braids come from Black America. The Africans have to learn how to do these styles to do it for you. They have to watch YouTube videos. They have to go and watch other people do it. They have to sit down and figure out the name of it, how to do it, what it looked like. You are the blueprint. Now you outsourcing something that you created to the Africans, Black American women. You are the progenitors and the blueprint and the originators of braiding. You have outsourced something that you created to Africans. Make it make sense. I don't know. I never been to an African, but from what I hear, you got to tell them what you want. And sometimes they get it wrong because they don't know. They're learning your braid culture. See, they lied and told you braids came from Africa. Like they told you came from Africa. They're learning your braid culture. That's why. They tell you come from them, but it seems like everything they do, they following behind you. I'm just saying. Be careful. Be careful with them braids. What is it? The braids? Black Americans, without you, we'll still be cornrowed. Black American women, without us, we'll still be cornrowed to the bike. Remember the crazy story they told us that we was putting routes to escape routes through the braids in the head? Who else was doing that? To this day, nowhere in the world they do braids like Black America. To this day. So you're outsourcing something that you're the origin of. Braids started with you. It didn't start in Africa. It started with you here. Sounds crazy, huh? But it started with you here. And then it outsourced like it's doing right now. You create a new braid style Black American woman. What happens today? If right now I were to create a new braid style, put it on TikTok and it go viral, what's gonna happen what's gonna happen to all y'all? Everybody gonna start doing their hair like that, right? Same thing. There's nothing new under the sun. Everything you did has already been done. The same way they following you now is the same way they followed you then. You get it? All right. So I'm just saying, don't outsource that. You are the source for that. Don't outsource no braids. You are the braids. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad you brought this up, Nola girl. Nola girl said, in all fairness, Black braiders and ATL want them to come hair already washed and blow dried with a deposit, etc. And that's another thing with Black hairstylists altogether. I hope all you hoes, and I don't care if you FBA or not, all you hoes out here going forward with these prices and acting a fool like, bitch, you the plug on some hair on. Bitch, I hope the board find your hoe and arrest you and make you pay a fine and all the money back. I'm so tired of these hoes making it hard. And this is what worse. This is how these folks, even the Asians, are able to capitalize off with our nails. Because see, Black Americans come in and they get greedy. We think we got to get all the money up front. We act like we got to get everything right now. So what we'll do is we'll see the Asians at one time was charging $20 for a full set. You go to the Black American girl, she wants $65 for the same full set. Why, ho? Why? See, what the Black American girl didn't understand was while you charging $65 for one set, if you had stayed within range of your competition, because the Asians would be your competition, and say, instead of charging $20, I'm going to charge $25, but it come with a hand massage, and then we're going to X amount of price. You can get more people to come in and more returning customers. But see, Black Americans want to do the most. And it's the same thing with the braids. Same thing with the lace front. Same thing with the hair. Sometimes we make it hard for our own people. And guess what these foreigners do? They in business. They in competition. You don't think they watching that and saying, all right, bet. She want to charge 65. We going to keep charging 20. And give them free diamonds on Friday on their pinky toenail or something like that. And that's how these people are in business long term. We have to stop thinking we got to be greedy and get all the money up front. It's not about how much money you make today. It's about how much money the business lasts over a lifetime. Okay? So that's one thing I had to get on Black Americans about. Because I'm telling you, that's the reason why I hadn't gone to a hairdresser in years and scolds and blows. Because I know how niggas is. I already know how niggas is. That's why I don't go to no doggone hairdresser. Well, I do now since I got my hair cut. But I hadn't gone to a hairdresser since I was 14, to be completely honest. Ace said, tell me more about the hand massage. Y'all crazy. All right, now I want to move into this important subject right here with this African diaspora thing that we need to discuss. Remember I told y'all it's like a big joke. Everybody's in on it but us. Everybody has been able to capitalize off of Black America. Everybody. And just like the Africans came in with the whole, just like the Africans came in on Essence and tried to change it, the same thing is happening with our reparations. Now, Black Americans have been making a lot of noise about reparations in the past years. And honestly, I think for the most part, most people couldn't see it as even a possibility. Even Black Americans, period. But as the time started going by and the delineation thing started happening, also accompanied with it, I'm starting to notice that people are starting to pick up. First of all, it's a large influx, of Africans hovering over Black American culture. Have y'all paid attention to that? I don't care if it's food, music, movies, it's everything. There's a huge dynamic of Africans hovering over Black American culture. And the only way that they can do that is if they're allowed to. So now that begs me to ask the question, why are the powers that be allowing these Africans to hover over every single fucking thing we do? What is going on? And then my conspiracy theory brain kicks in and tells me it's because they want them to integrate and then infiltrate. And then after they infiltrate, they want to erase. Okay, that's my conspiracy theory. So we get other melanated people who look like them. We can get them to dress like them, talk like them, act like them, blend in with them, live in their neighborhoods, maybe even get them to procreate, get them in their genres of music. Why you think they shot Boozy Boy over there saying he the first Black country male artist, but he really a Nigerian? Okay. But either way, what's happening is these people, these Africans are hovering over all of our stuff and trying to take it away from us. Okay. And you guys should be asking why? Why every time we turn around in 2025 is a fucking African? None of y'all never asked that? Every time I look up into something about Black Americans, it's an African somewhere. It's starting to get on my nerves. And then also, why this particular group of Africans? What makes this group so special? Of all the Africans, the white man or the powers that be could have went on and grabbed, why this particular group? Okay? Now, the African diaspora has this region. Let me take you back a little bit further. Let me go back. I want to show you something. Y'all remember our good homeboy Meatball, right? For y'all who don't know Meatball is Marcus Garvey. Meatball is the Jamaican tether who got ran out of Jamaica. First, he tried to tell the people in Jamaica that they were African, and then the Jamaicans ran him up out of there. Then he came to America, where we was damn near running him up out of here, but he was heavily funded by the guy in the back, the clear man behind him, who's a eugenics, and some other KKK and a bunch of other folks. But either way, Meatball's whole job here was to come to America and convince us all that we Africans and we should just pick up and go to Africa. If Meatball had his way, we would be in Africa right now. Okay? Now, why is Meatball important to what's happening right now with the African diaspora? Back in the day, Meatball was going over to Africa. Well, now he never went to Africa. Let me back it up. Back in the day, Meatball was representing Black America, us, in their diaspora, right? So he would be in meetings, he would be in talks or in any type of deals or whatever with these folks, but he would be our representation. And this is very important because still in 2025, we don't know who represents us at the UN. We never know who our representation is. And if we knew that, that could possibly shed light on a whole bunch of stuff. Okay? So now Meatball was trying to get into this African diaspora unit that they were trying to, create for the diaspora. And guess what? Even back then, the Africans didn't want nothing to do with Meatball. Now, I don't know if it's because it was Meatball, or I don't know if it was because he was representing Black America. I don't know. I wasn't there. Okay. However, what I do know is they wanted absolutely nothing to do with Meatball. Again, Meatball is definitely a scammer or something like that. So it could be him personally, or it could have been the Western world. Now, if I'm being honest, the Western world in Africa has not had the greatest past in history. Remember, according to history, they say they the ones sold us. So the fact that y'all even trying to be cool with the niggas who sold you, I told y'all that the other day, that's a whole other mind-blowing situation. The fact that y'all want us to be good with the people who sold us. And I don't give a damn if it's their damn offspring and it's their doggone lineage. At the end of the day, you are who your ancestors are. Okay? So even back then, Africa didn't want nothing to do with Black America, at least during this point in time. They didn't want nothing to do with Black America coming into their diaspora as far as what they had going on. Now, fast forward, it's Africans, like I say, every single which way you turn. They all over the place. And now they want to add us to their reparations fight. But not because they want us to give reparations, because just like everybody else, they understand that they can eat off the backs of Black American people. They are using our reparations fight to gain personal gain for everything and anything they got going on. Because who are the representation that they are talking to add us to their doggone AU6 region USA thing, talking about reparations? We didn't ask for the diaspora, especially in Africa's help. If anything, not African Americans, because we don't call ourselves that. If anything, if any other group of people Black Americans should be working with to talk about restoration and reparations, it would be the Caribbeans on this side of the world, because we were all colonized and enslaved by groups of the same people. Okay? Some of the same people. So if any group of people Black Americans should be working with or could be working with, if some of them weren't so tainted, but if there were any group that we could be working with to talk about reparations, it would be the people from the Caribbean and South America. It would not be Africa. Remember, Africa is who sold you, according to legend has it, according to what they said. According to the story they told us, they said they the ones who sold us. What the hell is we talking about reparations with them for? They the ones who sold you, if you believe the story. Now, here we go. AU, how do you say this? RUSA member states, the AU6 region USA is currently undertaking ongoing efforts to expand its membership to include the broadest possible, the broadest possible representation of the African diaspora community across America. Following the U.S. Census region and division maps, there are 4 regions of the AURUSA with sub-regions. Let me scroll down. Mind you, too, it would behoove them to get Black Americans on board, not only for the reason of getting our reparations, because they need our momentum. They know that we the only ones get it popping, okay? So that would be another reason to add us to reparations. Now, they done made these sub-regions here, Pacific, Mountain West, obvious, whatever. And they're trying to make it seem like, if I'm reading it correctly, it looks like the map is adapted from the U.S. region. The African Union recognizes, can I make this smaller? Okay, this is better. The AU recognizes and defines African Americans as an important part of the African continent due to a shared history, cultural connections, and the AU's visions of Pan-Africanism, which includes the African diaspora. Black Americans, the worst thing you could have done was told them folks that you from Africa. Black Americans, The worst thing you could have done was accepted the idea or even the thought that you had anything to do with the continent of Africa. Rude awakening. Black Americans have nothing to do with the continent of Africa. As a matter of fact, we didn't even come from the continent of Africa. But since we have about 50 or to 60 years of us believing that we have, now you got these Africans now turning around, putting it back down our throats that we all come from Africa. So now they all about to make us one big nigga in Africa. Being African, accepting African, calling ourselves African, this African, that, wearing the clothes, the earrings, wearing the red, black, and green, wearing the dashikis, putting up the fist, all of that stuff was a horrible thing for us. Horrible. Because now these Africans is over here trying to make you African in our awakening where we realizing we ain't got shit to do with Africa. And you notice they never go to the rest of Africa. They always coming to us. You never ask if there's 52 countries in Africa, why hasn't the diaspora in Africa been set up and ready to go? So when they come over to us, we could just join on in like nothing happened. The Africans make it seem like they sitting up there at a meeting like on Wakanda Forever or some shit. Y'all niggas ain't cool. The Africans don't even like each other Africans. But here we go with the diaspora to sell it to us. Now we got to be all African. African. I used to have African clothes, earrings. I done threw all that shit away. I don't want nothing to do with that. Once I found my genealogy, anything with red, black, and green, Africa is all gone. Don't want nothing to do with it because I don't have no connection to it. Okay? It goes on to say, the AU considers the diaspora, including African Americans, as its sixth region, emphasizing their potential contribution to the continent's development. Now pause. Why in the hell would we come over there and contribute to Africa when we can't even contribute, or we need to be contributing over here at home? See, it's always about what they can get from us. It ain't never about what we can get from them. So you gonna add us as the sixth member to your diaspora, and it's all about y'all getting from y'all. Africa's getting more, and Africa this and Africa that. What we gonna get out of it? What we gonna get out of it? Nothing. Because it's not designed for you to get nothing from it. I told you, everybody eating off our backs except us. Here's a more detailed explanation. Shared history and cultural connections. The AU acknowledged the historical and cultural links between the African continent and African diaspora, particularly those affected by the transatlantic slave trade. Newsflash. Less than 5% Africans came to the United States, if you even believe the damn slave trade happened. So that don't have nothing to do with Black Americans in the United States. Because less than 5% of the damn population of Africans even got foot or even came to America. So we have nothing to, so if one of y'all, two of y'all, maybe 2, 3, 4, onesie, twosie might have an African relative 6, 7 generations down the line, you would be considered one of the lucky ones because for the most part, according to what they say, the Africans went to South America and to the Caribbean, but we know that's a lie too. It goes on to say the AU is rooted in Pan-Africanism movement, which promotes the idea of unity and solidarity amongst people of African descent worldwide. This ideology sees the diaspora as integral to the continent's identity and future. Potential contributions. The AU recognizes that African Americans, along with other diaspora communities, can contribute to the continent's development through various means. Hey, now they telling you how you can help them and get nothing out of the deal. Now we can talk about how you can help the African diaspora, Black America, and get nothing out of the deal. And those ways are as follows, okay? You can do things such as cultural exchange, economic investment, and political advocacy. Now let's start with cultural exchange. If I give you pieces of my culture, what part of your culture you gonna give to me that I can use? I'll wait. There is no exchange. It's just give me or let me give my culture to you. Economic investment for the slow ones in the bike. That's your coin. So Black American, we letting y'all into the African diaspora, the AU, for reparations. And if you would like to contribute, here are the ways. Give me your culture. Give me your money. And then it say political advocacy and give me your vote. What will Black America get in return? What we've always gotten in return. Nothing. We won't even get a wet ass. They won't even give us a wet ass and kiss us in the morning. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? That's what all of this is all about. Leeching off of you. Black Americans, I told you, you are at a petting zoo. We are in a real live petting zoo. Everybody walking around petting us on the head, getting something from us. We ain't getting nothing from nobody. And then they got us so tricked that we fighting each other to help others take from us. We got part of us fighting us to help them steal from us. This is crazy, right? So if you want to help, they said, give them your culture, your coin, and your vote. Building constituencies. The AU also aims to build political support for Africa within the United States by engaging with African American communities and organizations. What does Africa in the United States have to do with Black Americans? Baby, look, this is all about take. We want to be able to eat off of y'all like them white folks been doing, and the Asians and the Arabs. The Africans is over there rubbing hands like Birdman. Y'all let them Arabs eat. Y'all let them Asians eat. It's our turn, nigga. They rubbing hands like Birdman. They're using us. They're using us. It's a dog-eat-dog world. We are being used. But the problem with the Africans is at least the Mexican has something that we want. The food. At least the Arab have something that some of us feel like we need. The bottle. But the African don't have nothing the nigga wants. Not even the braids. So this is where the African struggles, because now they can't come to us with the product that we need. They have to come in and give us back and sell us our own product. Does that make sense? Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. Every other person got a product that the Black American go after because they want it. The African don't. So what they have to do is give us our culture. They have to steal our culture and sell it back to us. That's why it's so obvious. And that's why they started the delineation movement. Because y'all didn't even make it like at least somewhat like maybe it's not like that. Think about the Essence Festival. They took the Essence Festival and tried to sell it back to us. How did that work out? They don't have a product to sell us. Quiet as his cap. Before the Arab had the bottle, you had the bottle. All us got somebody in our family who used to do some type of bootlegging or something like that. They made it illegal, like they did marijuana. They turned around and made alcohol illegal so that they can make all the money. Same shit, different toilet, flush it. Before the Arab, before they took the bottle out your hand and gave it to the Arab, you had the bottle. They just had to make it illegal, bring it back, and put it in somebody else's hands. And no, we wasn't just making moonshine, we was making it all. Same shit, different toilet. They just did it recently with marijuana. Think about it like this. If in history, the powers that be have taken everything that we've owned and sold it back to us, then what makes you think that the powers that be may not be the Africans, or that the powers that be may not be using the Africans to take the last little eeny beady teensy weensy bit of us away from us to sell it back to us, which is our culture? Because that was the one thing, even though they controlled it, it still belonged to us. Now they're trying to completely strip it out of our grasp, strip it from our grips, and give it back to us. But they can't do it with a white face. They got to do it with a black face because it smooths over faster. That's why a lot of you niggas got African mayors and y'all think they on your team. Mississippi, Jackson. That's why a lot of you niggas got African mayors and y'all think they on your team. It's the Jedi mind trick I told you about. Okay? It's a way of taking your culture away from you and selling it back to you. Okay? A lot of y'all got, yeah, I'm seeing y'all putting them African mayors in the chat. It's a lot. If it was a snake, it would have bit you. If it was a snake, it would have bit you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. If it was a snake, it would have bit you. But they're trying to use us. This is what's going on with the AU. The AU wants to use Black Americans for their momentum, and they want to use us for our money and basically for our influence. Right now, what you are witnessing is everybody sticking their hand in the pot. It's almost like, if I can, because I'm a visual person. I'm a very visual person. If I can kind of wrap it up to y'all like this, it's almost like, I don't want to use that example. That's very graphic. You ever been to... I can show you better than I can tell you. Hold on, let me see. I think this might help out a bit if I kind of show you a visual, so you can understand what's happening in our society every single day. Hold on, I want to show y'all something. All right. So hold on one second. I thought I could find... It's almost like, and if I can't find the visual, I'll just explain it to you. But it's almost like everybody... Go back to what Hitler said. Hitler said America has in its possession God's most precious jewels. That's what he said. Now, I ain't pro or anti nothing. I'm just telling y'all what Hitler said. He said that America has in its possessions God's most precious jewels. Now, some people thought of the land when he thought of that, when he said that. Some people thought of, you know what I'm saying, the resources and things of that nature. But what he was talking about is the people. See, what everybody knew across the world was that those people that sit in that pocket that we call the United States of America, and even those other lands outside of those lands, those are some special people. Like, they different. Yeah, they black. They got black people all over. But some about them different. So much so that these people literally guide and lead the world, even if they don't know it. Okay? It was something about that group of people, specifically in the Americas, specifically in the United States. Okay? And what all those people did outside of us, including some of us, what all those people did was got together behind our backs look, we gonna go in there. We gonna bring them the Bible and a white Jesus. We gonna tell them they gotta be religious. If they not religious, we gonna tell them that they gonna die or go into prisoners of war. And then we gonna do woo, and they just going up. Woo. Everybody's planning. Everybody left the meeting table and said, break. Then comes colonization, right? Now, we, unbeknownst to us, amongst a whole host of other things happening to us, we not realizing that those precious jewels that Hitler spoke about, he meant us because he understood having us as a group of people in your possession means you truly run the world. Because prior to colonization, we were running it without even knowing we were running it. Like, for instance, we were trending before it was trending. People were seeing us and doing and following us and doing things that we did and learning from us and all those things prior to us even realizing, because we had always been the Most High special chosen people, right? If you believe in the religious things, right? But we've always been that. Everybody knew that. And at one point, we knew it. But through time, and I believe witchcraft and a whole bunch of other stuff, we began to not believe that because it's been taught that we aren't. They literally diminished our inside and told us that we came off a boat from Africa, not realizing we are the engine, the driving force of all of this shit. All of it. The world stops the day Black America sit the fuck down. And I don't care what part of the earth you on. Period, point blank. Everybody eating off of us, bro. Now we getting into the Africans. But I don't want us to start and stop at the Africans. Let the Africans be a window or a light. Let the Africans show you how everybody else been playing in your face. See, the only reason it's so obvious now is because instead of like the other groups, them having a product to sell us, they got to sell us back our own product. That's too obvious. We caught on to that too fast. You can't come sell us our own shit now. Now, if you make up something we like, then come over here, then we might fuck around and entertain it. But you can't sell me my shit. You can't steal my couch and then come back and try to sell it to me now. But they're doing that, and it's so obvious, and we're picking up on it. But like the people on Twitter said, we need to start looking into all these people. What Hitler said was not wrong. They have in their possession America's precious jewels. You and me. That's why when you pat yourself on the back and say, oh, we got the highest spending power, trillions of dollars, that's not a flex, but it could be if you knew how important it is to know that you have that kind of power. If you understood how important it is to have that kind of spending power, do you understand how powerful that could be? But you just want to say it because it sounds cool. Oh, we got the biggest spending power. We got the biggest spending power. Nigga, you running this shit. You just don't even know it. Stop the cap. You running it and don't even know it. It's a mind game. And listen, it's not about what's real. It's about what you make the people believe. That's it. That's all. That's it. And that's where it starts and that's where it stops. You can't have that kind of spending power and not be in charge. But when they hypnotize you and make you think you ain't in charge, you just walk blindly, not even realizing you pulling the strings. You get it? Come on, man. We gotta open our eye, man. We gotta open our eyes. We got to open our eyes. Never Burrows, thank you so much for becoming a new member. Thank you so much. Can y'all like the video? Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers. Mother Tree and Moon, thank you for the super chat. Says Tariq is suspect. He calling the natives red. Said Drake wasn't half FBA, thus changing the definition of FBA. And his wife is white and Dominican. Yes, Tariq is very suspect. I've talked about that on this channel before. Him calling the people red natives. Tariq having the level of knowledge and history that he has, You are not going to make me believe that Tariq Nasheed does not know that those $5 footlongs are not the red natives. I don't believe it. He too well read. He know too much. He studied too much. The nigga know too much about history to not know that them people not the red natives. Now, his delineation movement, I'm all for it. I'm backing the brother. I ain't gonna never go against him, against nobody. I don't care if it's my arch nemesis. I don't care if it's Rockhead. I don't care who it is. I ain't never going against him with the eye. Ain't gonna happen. Whatever difference is or whatever things that we might have, and that's something we all got to come up with and we got to learn how to do. Whatever our differences is, we need to put them aside for the greater good. That's what them clear folks did. That's how it worked. So, but I do find it funny that he be hollering red natives, red natives. I'm like, there's no way he hadn't ran across nothing to prove otherwise. He knows better. He definitely knows better. Thank you, Southern Louisiana Cooking with Kay, for the super chat. Says, stay on code, keep them out your head, get it how you live, fat. Facts. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, my love. Mother Tree and Moon, thank you for the super chat. Says, weren't the natives also reddish back in the day too? No, well, you got to keep in mind. So the quote unquote natives, some of them procreated with some of us. A lot of them married within our families to take our land, coming off of the wars. Remember, a lot of our people died in wars, and you owned land back in a time when a woman couldn't really own nothing without a man. A lot of them came in and married in. That's why a lot of y'all might have Native American grandparents and great grandparents who look like they got the long, cold, straight black hair. A lot of that was happening. A lot of the Mongolians were procreating with us. But the true Indian is a nappy head nigga. You see what I'm saying? I get it. We all like to talk about that grandmother with the long hair, and it was so pretty and so da-da-da-da-da. I get that. I'm here for it. But this is what the true Indian looked like. The one in the middle. He was a nappy head nigga. You get it? If y'all got them Indian grandparents, them Native American grandparents with all that long hair, beautiful hair, love them down to the ground. They probably a mixed breed. I know my granny was one of them. She a mixed breed. Okay? But this is what the true Indian looked like. A nappy-headed nigga. And he might be selling weed or cigarettes right there. Or at least tobacco. Because back then, y'all know Virginia was the tobacco capital and woo-woo-woo. But who knows? He could be selling some of that Zai to these crackers. Or he could be selling a little bit of tobacco. Who knows? But yeah, everybody's in on it, y'all. Everybody's using us. And this African diaspora, I heard that there's a petition to sign. I don't know how that'll work, but we need to find out who is the Black American representative and why we are in the African diaspora. Black Americans need to completely delineate from Africa altogether. You can't say we started over there and then had an ethnogenesis. That's another thing too. Before I get up off of here. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. That's another big thing that I think Tariq Nasheed is going to have to let go. You cannot say you are African, but came here and had an ethnogenesis. I don't even know if that shit even fucking real. You didn't become who you were because you got your ass whipped and enslaved. That is the dumbest shit I have ever heard. You ain't that stupid and slow and dumb of a people to where you got to be enslaved and hung and died and killed and all that stuff in order to create and be who you are. You've always been who you are. You didn't come over here from Africa. You didn't come on no boat, and you didn't have no ethnogenesis. You are who you've always been. The things you're doing now, you did 1,000 years ago. Okay? It may not sound believable. You ain't had no ethno. In order to stop this bullshit, you got to completely get away from Africa. The longer y'all sit up here holler ethnogenesis, we was over there, then y'all sold us ethnogenesis, the longer them folks gonna be in our face. You ain't from Africa. Newsflash, Negroes. I ain't even done your genealogy. 90% of you niggas ain't got not one African ancestor. Not one. 90% of the niggas in America don't have one. But I can't tell you who you are. You got to do your own genealogy. But I'm telling you now, due to the research, 95% of you niggas don't have one African ancestry. Be careful out here in these streets. They trying to Africanize us so they can steal from us. They the final boss to this thing. I'm telling you, we gonna be slaves. With that being said, y'all, I'm about to get up off of here. Shout out to y'all in the building. Love y'all down to the ground. I got to get up off of here. Oh, yeah, girl, 3 hours. I got to stop. I got to stop doing this long live. Lord, please. But I figured if I was giving the white man 10 hours, I can give y'all 3, huh? Right? If I can get a white man 10 hours a day, I can give y'all 3. Girl, let me get up off here. I'll catch y'all later on. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, wow, 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 lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo dog time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.